radio. Thanks for listening and enjoy the games.
This is Sports Radio 96.7, and this is high school football at its very best.
Will they get it? Forget it. Andre Thomas takes it into the end. Myers back to pass. Pump fake. Looks. Throws. Long near side. Get it open. McCoy. Good from the 1 yard. The Pharaoh Steelers are your 2019 state champions.
It's the game that separates the men from the boys, and it's happening right now.
Tonight on Sports Radio 96.7, we feature a Region 4 showdown as the Hickory Hornets host the Grove City Eagles.
Our 2024-25 high school sports broadcasts are brought to you by Bill McCandless Ford in Mercer and Meadville. The Reinhardt's Agency. It's not the insurance they sell, it's the service that makes them better. Mancino's Driving School, where safe driving starts. The Cash Dollar Team at Confluence Financial Partners, honoring our past, expanding our future. Two firms united to serve you. Visit us at confluencefp.com. Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Serving giant subs since 1973. Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958. St. Paul's in Greenville, a senior living community. Grove City Area Federal Credit Union, banking but better. Attorney Bill Motor, excellence, experience, and integrity. Mercer County State Bank, community-minded since 1911. Herman's Water, when taste matters. Vay's Pub and Grill, make it special, make it Vay's. Hermitage Rotary Club, if you're struggling with prescription opioids, there is hope. Mailer Insurance, trusted for generations. Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail for all of your printing, marketing, and mailing needs. DK Auto LLC in Grove City, specializing in Southern vehicles up to $15,000. The Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City is the area's only stay-in-your-car quick lube. We're locally owned and nationally known. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy. The Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Please thank this great group of sponsors for supporting all of our high school sports broadcasts season long. Now it's time to go to the field with our countdown to kickoff show with our game announcers,
Ryan Briggs and Chris Burtch.
And we are live tonight at Hickory High School, Homecoming 2024, one of the great rivalries in Mercer County being renewed tonight as Hickory hosts Grove City, excuse me. We're off to a great start. Hickory hosting Grove City in Region 4 Class 3A action. Hi, everybody. Ryan Briggs here in Hermitage at Hickory High School, joined by Chris Burtch. Chris, Hickory on a roll. Yeah. Hornets, certainly still in the mix for the share of the region title. Need a little bit of help. Right. But first things first, need a win here at home tonight against a Grove City team that comes in, frankly, banged up. Eagles without starters tonight. Certainly uphill for the Eagles to begin with, taking on a really, really good Hickory team.
Yeah, I mean, certainly this Hickory team is, they had the hiccup against Sharon, another great team. Certainly a team maybe we anticipate the Hornets playing again this year in the playoffs, but they're just every single element that you could hope for in a team. Hickory has it all. They have a great quarterback. They are deep along the offensive and defensive lines. Their defense is fast. All of those things. And then, like you said, Grove City, certainly a bit of a rebuilding year for them. I don't think it's an exaggeration to call it that. And then on top of that, some of their best playmakers are out coming here to Hickory. So yeah, big task for the Eagles tonight for sure. Playing this loaded Hornets team a little shorthanded.
Grove City coming in 3-4 overall, 1-2 in the league. Eagles were blanked last week by Sharon, 35-0 at Forker Field. And Hickory, a wild one, scoring twice the last minute of the first half up at Titusville, went up 42-14 at the break. Hornets get the win 56-21 over a really good Titusville team that we had a chance to see earlier this year. So it's Grove City and Hickory tonight, the 79th all-time meeting. They've played 79 times in the last 77 years, which means that they've played more than once on multiple occasions as well. And tonight, they will tee it up here on homecoming. Beautiful night here in Hermitage, crowd filing in. They've had some homecoming festivities already. They'll have more at halftime, and it should be a fun night for high school football tonight. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have more of our pregame on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook.
Wiper sale. You heard correct. BOGO. Windshield wiper sale with any of our Valvoline full-service oil change through the end of the year. So get ready for Old Man Winter today before he arrives. BOGO windshield wiper sale through December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Hello, Shell Restoration. May I help you? Hello?
Oh, I was waiting for the beep or the part that tells me what button to press.
Nope, I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all day to try and compare prices on my roof.
Well, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour and be at your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Wow, that's service.
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Call today for a free estimate, 800-663-8103, or look for @Shell Restoration on Facebook.
Are you or a loved one looking for a senior living residence offering independent living and personal care? Then the Hermitage at St. Paul's Senior Living Community in Greenville is right for you. The Hermitage offers private apartments that provide the comforts of home with as little or as much personal care as you need. St. Paul's makes it easy to feel at home. Call 724-588-7610 or visit stpauls1867.org today for more information or to schedule a tour.
Saving lives means staying informed. Knowing the dangers of using counterfeit prescription pills can help those you care about and keep our community safe. Do your part. Take the first step today. Visit GetSmartAboutDrugs.com to access education, prevention, and treatment resources. Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are deadly. Be their protector. Be informed.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. and Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage, PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
A community is more than just houses, buildings, and streets. It's the people who live and work and contribute to making life for themselves and the people around them better. Attorney Bill Motor believes in the young people who are this community's future. Attorney Bill Motor would like to say good luck, good health, and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Motor, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail in Hermitage. Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail for all your printing, marketing, and mailing needs.
And we are back here at Hickory High School. Ryan Briggs, Chris Burtch with you. We have Art Shannon back in the studio. Bryce Carroll is our videographer here tonight on Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook. We had a little bit of a earlier anthem than usual, but that's okay. Great job, as always, by the Hickory Band out in force. And, Chris, you talk about force, and you talk about the Hickory Hornets. They certainly when you start thinking, when you say, what is the strength of Hickory? I think the strength is they have a lot of strengths. It's hard to identify that. It's even harder to identify a weakness. It's a veteran team.
Right.
That you mentioned the depth in the first segment. When you go on and on up and down the list, this is a complete team. Went to the state semifinals last year.
Right.
And I think maybe some people have forgotten that perhaps. State semifinalists last year. And a lot back, explosive, but they can also sustain drives. It's going to take a heck of an effort from somebody, whoever it is, if anybody does, to knock them out here over what the Hornets hope is a deep postseason run.
I mean, I think when you talk about the strength of Hickory, I think there's so many places you could go. But the place where you start is the senior quarterback, Xander Tellez. I mean, he can essentially do it all. He had an 88-yard touchdown run last week. And, Coach Dungy was telling me the guys kid him about that he's slow, and he had an 88-yard touchdown run. He's only slow compared to the rest of the Hickory guys. But I mean, he just makes reads. He's out there making the reads. That the coaches don't feel like they have to call a play every single time because they just put it in his hands, and he's going to make the read, on the run pass option and do all of those things. And his decision making is what makes him special. People look at the stats, but that's really, when you start with talking about Hickory's strength, you start with their senior quarterback.
And he's a 2.5-year starter, well over 2,700 career passing yards. But as you mentioned, Chris, a dual threat, that 88-yard touchdown run. He's rushed for 1,250 rushing yards. There are a lot of running backs that would love to have 1,251 rushing yards and 20 touchdowns for their career.
Yeah.
He's done that without being his, I guess you could say, his secondary duty.
A vocation. Yeah, yes. It's amazing. Yeah.
And then, of course, we talk about the guys that run the ball, though. Kelvin Morrison, Jamal Calhoun. They make up half of a very good 4x1 relay.
Ooh.
Morrison, 887 yards rushing this year. Calhoun, who's as Coach Dungy said in the preseason, he's the fastest guy returning in District 10 this year. And he was a sophomore last year, was second in the 200 meters in AAA, by the way. Not AA, AAA.
Right.
Third in the 100. He can fly. Morrison is just as fast. Those guys, of course, in Tellez, too, the 88-yard run. They get a little bit of an opening. A small gain can become a big gain very, very quickly.
I mean, it's one of those things where we could certainly talk about these kind of things all night. But Kelvin Morrison, we talked so much about his fabulous freshman year last year. Now he's just one of the best players in District 10 as a sophomore. But imagine having Jamal Calhoun be your backup. He's your backup tailback, with all that speed and power. So just an unbelievable backfield. And the H-back, Trevor Borowitz, we saw him last year have that breakout sophomore season in basketball. And, he can do all kinds of things, too, from that position. So just a team that is just loaded with skill position guys.
And then, of course, on the outside, Jaden Phillips was All-State last year at cornerback at the flanker position. He has 26 catches this year. Sebastian Bromley and Bobby Maynard, two guys can fly also on the other side. Dante Evans moving into the lineup at tight end now. Matthew Myers, a converted offensive lineman, playing at tight end as well. But up front, a pretty big, pretty physical, and very experienced line anchored by Luke Lewis, a 310-pound junior center. Yeah. It's a big and deep group. They're strong, but they're also quite athletic.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely kind of weight room big, not refrigerator big. You go down there and they just look huge. When I was down talking to Coach Dungy down on the field, I couldn't believe just at the kind of team size. That you just kind of walking through there, and I'm imagining playing on the opposing team and getting hit by these guys. And that's just this offensive line that kind of gives them that look of just being a huge football team.
Hornets coming in 6-1 overall, 2-1 in league play. The lone loss was 20-14 here to Sharon back in week 3. The Grove City Eagles, they played Sharon last week. And a tough night for the Eagles. Shut out for the first time in 10 years, a 35-0 setback. And really the thing tonight for Grove City, and it's been an issue throughout the season, but especially compounded tonight, injuries.
Yeah.
4 two-way starters out tonight for the Eagles. The top 2 rushers, Jackson Wilson, Jonas Stukio. Stukio also is the kicker, one of the best kickers certainly in Mercer County. And then up front, Jack Wolf, two-way starting lineman out. Ian McCreary, found out late this afternoon, he is out as well. Grove City this year, a young team and thin in some spots, so maybe not as deep as a Sharon or Hickory or even Titusville in 3A. And then when you have those injuries, that adds to the degree of difficulty for this pretty young Grove City team.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. You're talking already about a team that's kind of working, getting better each week, but they're not the team that they have been the past several years from a talent standpoint. And for them to be down, Jackson Wilson, Stukio has put together such a great season. He was our, player of the game the last time we called their game up at Titusville. So I mean, it's tough. And then the interior guys, that might even be more damaging against this Hickory team, just as far as sustaining drives and doing those kind of things. So it is. It's going to require some alchemy for Coach Mowry and company to come up with ways, to sustain drives and keep this awesome Hickory offense off the field.
But as has been evidenced over the last decade, if there's a coaching staff that can, and a team that generally over the years has maximized and gotten the absolute most out of its team, it is Grove City.
Well, how about, you could almost really maybe flip the script a couple of years ago, right? Grove City was 6-1, returning District 10 champ. Hickory was about 500, right? And they go to Grove City on senior night and beat Grove City. And, so I certainly expect that, everybody over at Hickory remembers that game. Now we're on the other side, so we better not take this one lightly.
Hickory and Grove City tonight. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll visit with the head coaches. We'll also have the Minuteman Press and one-stop mail starting lineups. More pregame after this on Sports Radio 96.7 and 96.7 Facebook Live.
From eye-catching designs to professional printing, Hermitage, Minuteman Press are your local experts. Boost your brand with stunning business cards, brochures, banners, apparel, and more. The Hermitage Minuteman Press team ensures top-quality results with lightning-fast turnaround. Plus, their marketing solutions will take you to the next level. Elevate your image and stand out from the competition. Experience excellence in printing and marketing at Minuteman Press today. Minuteman Press, 3170 East State Street in Hermitage. Online at hermitage.minutemanpress.com or follow them on Facebook. Mention this ad and receive 10% off your first order.
I'm hungry.
Well, I know just the place to go.
They got what I like?
Oh, yeah.
Win? Wait, what about drinks?
Well, it's a bar and grill, so yeah, you're covered.
Win-win?
Speaking of win, they've got gaming too, so you can
win.
Come sit down for a great meal, a great drink, a great time, or all three. Vase Pub and Grill has just what you want. So come by for good eats, cold drinks, and the latest ways to win. Vase Pub and Grill, East State Street, Hermitage.
Stay refreshed and hydrated with Herman's Water, your go-to bottled water choice in the Valley since 1908. Herman's premium spring water is sourced from nature's purest springs, delivering a crisp taste that quenches your thirst. Say goodbye to dehydration and hello to hydration. Visit hermanswater.com to order your supply today that can deliver to your home or office for free. Ask about our new customer offer of 1 month free rental and 2 free bottles. Herman's Water, when taste matters.
When you're a grower, you know what it takes to thrive in the field. My bank understands and respects that. When you've got a financial partner working alongside you, it makes the days a little easier and the numbers all add up. My bank is experienced when it comes to agriculture. My family's been doing business with them for a long time. I'm independent, and so is my bank.
Mercer County State Bank, member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
Score big with a new checking account at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. At the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union, you get a free checking account that offers no minimum balance, no monthly service fees, and unlimited transactions. Download their mobile app and you can get 24/7 account access and remote deposit. See them at one of their 2 locations in Grove City or online at gcafcu.org. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Equal Opportunity Lender. Open a checking account now and score 4 tickets to a local high school sports event. Call for details.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail in Hermitage. Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail for all your printing, marketing, and mailing needs.
.96.7, and I'm joined by Hickory head coach Bill Dungy. And Coach, coming off of just an absolutely dominating win last week up at Titusville, a team that has been very good. Got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, really pleased, especially from offense and special team standpoint. Defensively, there was a couple plays we wanted back there. Quarterback broke contain, broke a couple tackles, found a guy down the field. But, yeah, that's a really good Titusville. We thought we played one of our most complete games of the season. We're hoping that we're hitting our stride around this time now, and hopefully we can carry that into this week.
One of the things that, when I kind of was looking at your team this week, getting ready to come talk to you and call this game, you're obviously you got a terrific quarterback in Xander Tellis, but he seems to be adding things to his game as this season goes along. You have to love that when you think about playing, through Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing is he's just trusting his teammates and taking what the defense gives him. We asked a lot of our quarterbacks here, a lot in the run read game, the option read. Then he's going to go, run pass options. So he's making a lot of decisions out there that a lot of people don't realize. They just think it's a run or pass play, but he's making a ton of decisions every single play. And even last week, he checked out of a couple plays where he were in some bad looks. He checked into, different runs. They got and actually ended up in touchdowns. So I'm just so proud of him, wanting to continue doing that. And the biggest thing, he's taking care of the football, and that's our number one thing each week.
Yeah, you have to love it when your quarterback makes a play that makes you kind of turn to your assistants and go, wow, how did he do that?
Right, for sure. And that's like that 88-yard run. We're running counter bash, and he just read it out, and then he hit it, and the guys give him crap because they say he's not that fast. He showed his speed on that one. So
playing, obviously a familiar opponent tonight, Grove City. Tough loss for them last week. Yes. They're dinged up a little bit, but it's still Hickory Grove City.
Yeah. Well, it's still Grove City, and that's a championship program, championship coaching staff. You got many of those guys who were back-to-back District 10 champions. So we understand what we're in for tonight. I reminded this group of seniors 2 years ago, you're in the same position. We had lost 4 games in a row. Grove City was the defending District 10 champions. They were 6-1, and we went up there in their senior night, and we ruined that. So it can happen. When you got good programs who are struggling a little bit, all it takes is for them to get a little confidence and turn it on. They got a heck of a defensive line, a really good offensive line. They got guys who can make plays. They're going to be ready to go, and they got a great coaching staff.
Coach, always great talking to you. Certainly, I'm glad I haven't seen you yet this year, so I'm glad I got to be here tonight. Certainly hope I get to see you a few more times down the road. Congrats on everything so far, and good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate
that. All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Yep. Those are the thoughts of Hickory head coach Bill Dungy as he gets his Hornets ready for this big region showdown here at homecoming at Hickory versus Grove City. Pregame continues on Sports Radio 96.7.
Through Saturday, closed Sundays and Mondays. Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail in Hermitage. Press and One Stop Mail for all your printing, marketing, and mailing needs.
We're back on Sports Radio 96.7, and I'm joined by Grove City head coach Sam Mowry. And, Coach, right from the frying pan into the fire, you played that, awesome Sharon team a week ago. Now you got to face this great Hickory team. Obviously you have a game like last week. I don't know anybody better at sort of circling the wagons than like you and your staff. But still, probably a pretty tough week, kind of getting them back, kind of in focus.
Right. I mean, tough week, but even in a game like that last week, there were so many good things, and you can see on film the kids working their tails off, and things from week to week, even from Oil City to Sharon, things that we had to clean up. The boys were doing that, so you can see them still making strides and continuing to improve. And despite we never talk about the result on the scoreboard. Our focus is on each other and working every day to become better. And the kids have done a great job of living up to that standard and being positive and just making sure that the focus is getting better every day.
Speaking of, I guess getting better, you look at this Hickory team that you're playing tonight, obviously a team that lost to that Sharon squad that you played last week, but still an awesome performance, by them up at Titusville last week. And, so when you look at this Hickory team, what are some of the things that concern you?
Speed all over the place. One of the faster high school teams I think I've ever seen on film. The weapons, obviously, experience coming back at the quarterback position, and talented skill guys and an offensive line and a defensive line that do a great job up front. So, on both sides of the football, offensively for them, just about keeping guys in front of you, making plays and tackles and trying to limit the explosive plays. And defensively, they do a great job of flying to the football and just trying to make sure that we're every play is a positive play and limit turnovers and those types of things. But it's a great team, and you can see on film they're getting better and improving too every week. And we're excited to have the opportunity to play, and what a great challenge for our kids tonight.
And that was our Chris Burtch with Grove City head coach Sam Mowry. As we get you set for kickoff, it is time for the Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail starting lineups. Brought to you by Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail of Hermitage for all of your printing, marketing, and mailing needs. First, for Grove City on offense, led by quarterback Lucas McCready, 5'11", 165. He is a senior. Running back, we expect to see Terrell Richardson Heasley, 5'10", 165, a senior, along with Keith Vandergrift, 5'10", 160, a sophomore. Receivers are Nathan Greer, 6'2", 180, a senior. Jimmy Cooper, 6 feet, 195, a sophomore. And Jazier Leonard, 6'1", 165, a senior. Tight end Clayton Martin, 5'10", 190. He is a senior. The line, left tackle, we believe it's going to be Andres Navarro drawing in with Ian McCreary out. He was a late scratch, 5'11", 185, a sophomore. Patrick Failer at left guard, 5'9", 250, a sophomore. Jordan Gamble at center, 6 feet, 210, a freshman. Delathian Bones at right guard, 6'3", 250, a junior. Carson Heckathorn at right tackle, 6'6", 265, a junior. The Hickory defense, the ends are Ben Walls, 6 feet, 235, a senior, and Samad Shakur, 5'10", 280, a junior. Nose tackle Luke Lewis, 6'2", 310, a junior. Linebackers Ja'Kiah King, 6'1", 230, a sophomore. Matthew Myers, 5'10", 185, a junior. And Trevor Borowitz, 6'2", 200, a junior. The corners, Jamal Calhoun, 5'8", 170, a junior. And Jaden Phillips, 5'11", 170, a sophomore. Safeties, Xander Telez, 6'3", 175, a senior. Bobby Maynor, 6 feet, 165, a senior. Christian Dungy, 5'9", 145, a freshman. The Hickory offense, Telez is the quarterback, and will be Hickory getting the ball to begin tonight's game. Kelvin Morrison, the running back, 5'11", 175, a sophomore. Borwitz is the H-back. Sebastian Bromley, the split end. The flankers, Phillips, Dante Evans, the tight end. Offensive line, as you can see it on our Facebook video, but the tackles are Michael Ristvay and Spencer Lee. Adam Tonti, Ben Walls are the guards. Luke Lewis is the center. Grove City defense, the ends are Jesse McCoy and Jimmy Cooper. Delathian Bones, the nose man. Navarro, Martin, and Vandergrift, the linebackers. Richardson, Heasley, and Levi Toth are the corners. McCready, Greer, and Moore are the safeties. Grove City will kick off to begin tonight's game. And it's going to be Lucas Kelly teeing it up. He's in there for Jonas Stucchio, who is out. And it's an onside kick attempt. Ball is loose, still loose. It's going to be recovered, it looks like, by Hickory. At the 44, Grove City saying it has the ball, but no official indication yet.
Yeah, it looks, basically you had some guys arriving at the exact same time. So looks like Hickory did get it. But I love the call by Grove City. Definitely. Why not? Come out with the onside kick, maybe catch Hickory not thinking of that in that moment, but Hickory is able to corral the football and get some decent field position to start this game, Briggsy.
It's Brody Bishop who came up with it. Grove City won the toss and elected to defer. Hickory going left to right in the black tops, black pants, white numbers and letters. Very easy to see in the numbers. Yep. The same cannot be said for the visiting team, Grove City, in the old gold numbers. On white,
yeah,
with white pants. They had the black numbers, the new road jerseys up at Titusville, but they are wearing the old ones tonight. Hickory going left to right, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line, and the snap is direct snap to Kelvin Morrison over the left side. Morrison to midfield. Morrison over the midfield line. He'll be stacked up in Grove City territory at about the 48, a pickup of around 8 for Kelvin Morrison, closing in on the 1,000-yard mark this year.
Yeah, Morrison started out wide, but then went in motion to right behind the center, snapped it directly to him, and sure enough, he was able to pick up, about 7 yards.
They'll give him 8 to the Grove City 48, 2nd and 2. The snap goes to Telez. Telez up the middle, stumbles across the 40, down to the 35-yard line. Zainer Telez talked about his rushing ability, and He gets a nice gainer down to the 36, maybe even 30. Yeah, they'll give him the 36 pickup of 12 on his first carry.
Yeah, just that direct snap. And there's that example that Coach Dungy was talking about where he just makes reads. He sees what he sees, and then he attacks it. I think that was the case right there.
1st and 10. Tellez throws a quick screen caught by Morrison. No, he had it and then dropped it. Hit him in the hands. It lands incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10, and it'll be 2nd down after that incompletion. First pass attempt of the night.
Yeah, I think Morrison was just kind of looking down the field, kind of seeing where his blockers were set up, but he forgot an important item, and that was the football.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 36-yard line of Grove City. Hickory moving left, right. Tellez, quarterback draw. Tellez over the right side to the 30. He'll pick up 6, maybe 7. And will be 3rd down and 3 upcoming. As Lathan Bones got a piece of him.
Yeah. Tellez making pass fakes, ball fakes like Jason Williams in an NBA game in the 90s there. And just finding a seam behind tackle and picking up another chunk of yardage.
3rd and 3 to 29. Tellez pumps, looking downfield, has a man behind the defense, and it is caught. Touchdown to Hickory. Jaden Phillips behind the defense makes the catch. Phillips, his 7th touchdown of the season. Tellez, it's touchdown pass number 9, and Hickory has an early 6-0 lead.
Yeah, just over there kind of set up by himself. Jaden Phillips, one-on-one coverage. Tellez recognized that just a little ball fake. Tellez has got those huge hands that he can make those kind of almost Ben Roethlisberger pass fakes, and made a little pump fake and then froze the defender for just a second and then threw a perfect ball into the bucket to Jaden Phillips for a touchdown.
Logan Stanford, 34-36 on the season on PATs, and he gets extra point number 35 matching his jersey number. And Hickory has a 7-0 lead with 10:33 to go in the first quarter. 5 plays, 56 yards. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout on Sports Radio 96.7.
Oh, I was waiting for the beep.
I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all day to try and compare prices on my roof.
Well, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour. We'll be at your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Wow, that's service.
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Show restoration for families #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Call today for a free estimate to 800-663-8103. Look for extra restoration on Facebook. The community is more than just houses, buildings, and streets. It's the people who live and work and contribute to making life for themselves and the people around them better. Attorney Bill Mulder believes in the young people who are this community's future. Attorney Bill Mulder would like to say good luck, good health, and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Mulder, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage. The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking fun better.
Okay, and we are the Groves. Hickory is kicking off. Logan Stanford, the kicker for Hickory. He lets it rip, and a good return for the Grove City Eagles as Grove City will set up in pretty good field position here as they obviously need to get something going here. As we'll take a look at the Grove City offense here on their first time. Quarterback Lucas McCready, the 5'11", 165-pound senior, brings the Eagle offense out a little dinged up, of course, this week. The top 2 running backs for Grove City. Wilson is out, so see what Grove City sets up in here. Snap as we see Richardson Heasley off right tackle. And the Hickory defensive line walling up there. Looked like Shakur and King in on the tackle there. So Grove City will now set up on a 2nd down. They're going to give them about 2 yards. So it's 2nd down and 8 for the Grove City offense. Again, McCready in the shotgun formation here. And this time it's Richardson Heasley again. He finds a little daylight, gets down the sideline, and picks up the necessary yardage to get a first down, but there is a flag right where he broke out to get along the edge there. So we'll have to see what the call is here. But Terrell Richardson Heasley, a 5'10", 165-pound senior, getting the start tonight with Jackson Wilson out. Looking impressive there on that run, but let's see what the flag is. Way Grove City is retreating. Yeah, it's going to be a hold on Grove City as right as Richardson Heasley broke to the outside, that flag went down right there. So that's going to set the Eagles offense back. Is it be second down again, but they're going to be well behind the original line of scrimmage. So yeah, second down and 14 here for the Eagles. McCready in the shotgun. As Jimmy Cooper goes in motion. Again, handoff to Richardson Heasley, but the Hickory defensive line all over that one as nose guard Luke Lewis and a whole host of Hornet tacklers in there to bring Heasley down again behind the line of scrimmage. So Grove City, after giving up the quick touchdown on Hickory's first possession, is now faced with a third and very long, 3rd and 16. They're calling it here. So Eagles really needing to pick something up here. Hornet defense would love to force a 3 and out and get the football right back after scoring on their first possession. Snap to McCready. He rolls out. And looking for Clayton Martin down the field, but ball well short. Pretty well defended by the Hickory secondary. So that'll bring out the punt team, and Nathan Greer usually does the punting here for Grove City, but yeah, that's McCready though. He's going to punt. Jaden Phillips and Kelvin Morrison back to receive for the Hornets. So that's a pretty daunting duo. But punt goes out of bounds and did not make it to the midfield line. So the Hornets, after scoring on their first drive, they are going to get a short field here as they'll set up shop. 1st and 10. Looks like it'll be at the 42-yard line. So another good field position, good situation for Xander Tellez and company here as the Hornet offense comes back out. So Grove City has to find a way to get a little pressure on Tellez. He just had time to kind of do whatever he wanted to do last time, and looks like we're going to get an offsides on Grove City, as it looked like some of the guys along the line of scrimmage jumped a little bit. Might have been defensive end Jimmy Cooper. So, okay, yep, yeah, it's going to be offsides on the Grove City defense. So,
thank you, Chris. Good job.
Thank you.
You took the wheel there for a minute. Well, had to handle something.
Some technical difficulties.
Yeah, from 30 miles away. Now we have another flag, and it looks like Hickory may give the 5 yards back.
Right.
As Jaden Phillips went in motion and go back to be 1st and 10 at the 42. And of course, the field position. Hickory could score from anywhere. You give Hickory short fields like this, you're playing with fire.
Right. I mean, again, you're the thing about it is, the thing people don't understand is just how much the playbook opens up. When you're talking about these, getting the ball around midfield, these short fields, it just makes it easy to call games. And certainly when you're giving this unbelievably talented and stacked Hickory offense the ability to open up their playbook, that is indeed trouble.
So now 1st and 10 back at the 42. Tellez out of the shotgun. We'll give it to Morrison. Bounces off a tackle. He's upfield to the 30 to the 20. Kelvin Morrison will go 42 yards. Touchdown, Morrison. Kelvin Morrison's 15th touchdown run of the season. Hickory has a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, looked like Grove City had him hemmed in, Ryan, but then he just broke one tackle. And he, I overuse this analogy, but that time it really did look like he was just like shot out of a cannon, and nobody in the white shirt, nobody with a white shirt is going to catch him once he gets out into the open field and gets behind him like that. Kelvin Morrison showing off the world-class speed there.
Logan Stanford to attempt the extra point. Will Hosick will snap. Sander Telez to hold. Snap is good. Telez puts it down. Stanford's kick is up. He is 2 for 2, and the Hickory Hornets are 2 for 2. 14-0. Hickory with the lead with 8:41 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more after this as Hickory leads Grove City 14-0 on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook.
Business cards for schools, parents, and Maryland more. Which make their best lead into its ongoing results. Like a master ground. Plus, their marketing solutions will continue. We should experience excellence in printing. Get a picture of the man press today. Brands 41 BC States Trends get flipping. Line at early time at manpress.com or follow them on Facebook. Mention this ad and receive 10% off your first order. The first quarter is brought to you by Unquote.
14-0 Hickory with the lead. Ryan Briggs, Chris Burtch with you tonight on Sports Radio 96.7. Art Shannon back in the studio producing our game. And Bryce Carroll is our videographer. And the Hickory Hornets off to a fast start. And, of course, Chris, Hickory this year has been scored more first quarter points than anybody in Mercer County.
Yeah.
Grove City has scored the fewest.
Wow. Yeah, that's a heck of a contrast, and we're certainly seeing that right now.
Stanford's kick downfield fielded at the 9-yard line as Levi Toth brings it ahead. Or that's Richardson Heasley. The return man is brought back down, it is Richardson Heasley brought down inside the 15 at the 11, and there's a flag way back upfield. And it would appear that the Eagles are going to be facing a very long field, likely inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, boy. Coach Mowry mentioned in the pregame interview the team speed that Hickory has, and he's not necessarily someone that always speaks in hyperbole. So for him to say that, he saw something on film and we're seeing it. They just how fast did the black shirts look like they got to the football there?
Officials are getting together. And the penalty is going to be a hold. It's going to be 5 or half the distance. So it's going to go back to the 5.5-yard line. That's where Grove City will put the ball in play with 8:34 to go in the first quarter. Down 14-0 and facing a long field are the Eagles, moving right to left here in the first quarter towards the scoreboard, south to north here at Hickory High School. McCready bobbles the snap, rolls right. Lucas McCready on the run, hit by Borowitz as he throws, and that one is incomplete. Intended receiver was Nathan Greer, but Borowitz, who missed last week because he was sick, he is hale and healthy tonight. He showed it there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I like the play call. I like that play, rolling Lucas McCready out to his right and kind of flooding the zone over there along the sideline and in the middle of the field. But yeah, McCready could not get away from Borowitz and set his feet and make the pass that he wanted to make. So just great pressure by Borowitz.
Now 2nd and 10. Richardson Heasley to the left of the quarterback McCready. Double wing to left. The give is to Richardson Heasley off the left side. Cuts upfield. Has a little bit of a crease. And then he's going to be brought down shy of the 10-yard line by Luke Lewis. Luke Lewis, the nose tackle, 315-pounder. But he moves like he's about 225.
Yeah, he just kind of he moves great right and left, but if you try to run up the middle, he's like having an extra player. And I don't mean just because of his size. I mean because of his lateral speed and his ability to get away from blocks.
But even you look at him, and he's muscular, but he does not.
No,
he looks like he's probably about 265, but he is very nimble. 3rd and 6 at the 10, and problem with the snap. Not everybody on the same count, and it's going to be a 5-yard mark off, and Grove City now will have 3rd and 11 back at the 5-yard line. 4th penalty of the early going on Grove City.
Yeah, that's not good. Can't do that against a team of this caliber. Yeah, we're just kind of finishing that thought about Lewis. I mean, he looks like a guy that he'll be in like the intramural dunk competition, right? And whenever he goes to college. I mean, he's just that kind of an athlete.
Anchoring that 3-man line, Samad Shakur, who missed the last 2 games due to the PIAA ejection rule. He's to his right. Dante Evans in 3rd down. McCready back to pass, throwing it downfield. It is a jump ball and incomplete, intended for Greer. And he was battling downfield with Jaden Phillips. Pass lands incomplete. 4th down, and now Grove City, which of course had a short punt earlier, a 14-yarder that set up Hickory. Eagles will now have to punt from the end zone, and McCready, he's not going to be on the end line, but he's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, and you're kicking the ball here to again, it's getting Morrison and Phillips, who are standing at the 35. That's not good.
Clayton Martin will snap. As Chris said, the dual men back at the 35-yard line. Snap is chest high. Kick is away. It's a knuckleball that floats in the autumn air, grabbed at the 34 by Phillips, who stumbles and goes down at the 30. So all things considered, not a bad situation for Grove City. Punt of 29, and Phillips, maybe with some help from the newly installed artificial turf here, held to a 4-yard run back.
Yeah, you could see Phillips' teammates giving him a hard time. He was tackled by the turf. But still great field position for this Hickory offense, already up 14-0. So Hickory off to a great start. Sharon off to a great start too, Briggsy. They're up 20-0 on Cash early going in that one.
A game up in Linesville. And here in Hermitage, it is 14-0. Hickory with the lead, 7:38 to go in the opening quarter of action. Tellez working on the near right hash mark. Back to pass. Looking, throwing the ball downfield, looking for Bromley, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Hickory. Sebastian Bromley behind the defense. Three possessions, 3 touchdowns for Hickory is 20-0.
3 quick scores. Bromley just making kind of one move. Went hard to the inside and then broke to the outside, and Tellez knew exactly where he was going. You don't think they worked on that too many 7 a.m. mornings this summer on this field, as Tellez just dropped it perfectly in there. And the Hornets are rolling.
7:32 to go in the first quarter. Talk about the speed guys. We didn't mention Bromley. We should. He was 4th in District 10 on the 100 last year.
Unbelievable.
Stanford kicking at the goalpost to the right. Snap back to Tellez from Hosick. And the operation is successful. 21-0. Hickory is bolted to a 3-touchdown lead. We will take a break. We'll come back with more from Hickory High School after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
In the Grove City area federal. And again,
we are back here at Hickory High School, 21-0. Hornets have jumped out on Grove City along with Chris Burtch. Ryan Briggs here tonight at Hornet Stadium, and Logan Stanford, he's been busy, about set to kick off again.
Hickory kickoff team here getting a little bit of a workout, but again, this Grove City team, they just kind of need to settle things in a little bit and pick up a couple of first downs and get some confidence.
Stanford's kick, angled far side, hits the 10. It will check up and stay in play at the 8. And Richardson Heasley along the far sideline is knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Grove City will have it maybe just past the 20-yard line with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Don't forget, after the game, as always, we'll have the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game, as Grove City will begin this drive at the 21-yard line, so an extra yard given on the return.
Yeah, see what Grove City comes out and does this time. Again, they started with a penalty last time, and they obviously can't do that. So see what McCready and company have here.
McCready out of the shotgun. We'll give it to Richardson Heasley. He's going to be cut down in the backfield as Samad Shakur. Welcome back for Samad Shakur. He makes his presence known. It's a loss of 4 on the play, bringing up 2nd and long.
Yeah, talk about guys with some quickness. He's 5'10", 280, but he moves as well as a basketball player, left to right. So yeah, he makes his team. He brings that defense up about 2 notches. A defense that was already great.
2nd and 14. Of course, Hickory certainly a lot of depth up front. But having Shakur, there's a reason he's the opening night starter, because he's the guy.
He's the guy. Yep.
2nd down and 14. Toth will go wide left. Wingman to the left also. And flag thrown, and it's going to be a delay of game against Grove City. The play clock's here. The play clock read 0-0. The officials, by the way, tonight, your referee, George Snyder. Larry Hawthorne is the umpire. Nate Zampogna, the head linesman. David Rice, the line judge. And Daniel Smith, the back judge. He was the one that threw that flag for delay of game. And Grove City is set back 5 yards. It will be 2nd and 19, now back at the 12-yard line.
Let's see what, trying to see a little discussion there between the officials.
I think they just need to position the ball properly.
Right.
Yeah, nobody moved the ball back, so it should go back to the 12.
Okay.
And indeed, that is where it is placed down for the 2nd and 19. 5th penalty already on Grove City tonight.
Yeah.
Eagles have had 8 offensive plays and 5 penalties.
Yeah, that's maybe the biggest problem here. Certainly from kind of looking at it from what they can control.
McCready will give it to Richardson Heasley up the middle. He gets back some of the penalty yardage out across the 15 to the 18-yard line. Brought down by Ja'Kai King, the strong side linebacker. And Richardson Heasley, who has started most of the season at wide receiver, taking over at running back tonight with both Jackson Wilson and Jonas Stuckio out. And Richardson Heasley doing a nice job.
He's doing a nice job. That's the kind of play right there. If you don't have a penalty and it's 1st and 10, you run that on 1st down, all of a sudden it's, 2nd and 5, 6, 7, even less than that. That's what you want. But the penalties have been an issue.
3rd and 13, Eagles 0 for 2 on 3rd down. McCready out of the gun will give it to Clayton Martin, his first carry of the night. Martin out to the 20, and he'll be shoved out of bounds by Jaden Phillips. So Clayton Martin picks up about 4, maybe 5 on that carry. Martin being moved into the backfield due to the necessity, and sometimes you have to you have to put your best guys in some different spots. Right. And Martin will give him 6 out to the 24, but the Eagles will have to punt it away for the 3rd time.
I mean, Richardson, Heasley, and Martin, if they were the halfback and fullback on a high school football team, that would be a great combo. So yeah, I mean, it's certainly not like Grove City doesn't have depth at those positions. It just creates bubbles at other positions now.
So will be McCready to punt. Morrison deep, snap low, fielded by McCready. Kick is away. It's a high wobbler. Jaden Phillips near side fields it at his own 48 upfield into Grove City territory to the 35 to the 30. Morrison cut down at the 28-yard line. Morrison with a run back into Grove City territory. And again, Hickory will start on the Grove City side of midfield.
Yeah, that time that time Phillips didn't trip up and took about 4 Grove City guys down the sideline to finally bring him down. He's obviously not a big player, 5'11", 170, but he gets ahead of steam. He's just really tough to kind of angle up and make the tackle on.
Peyton Miller on the special teams tackle for Grove City. It will be 1st down and 10 for Hickory at the Grove City 27, moving left to right. And Grove City is going to take a timeout. We'll take the timeout as well. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go, 1st quarter. Hickory leading 21-0. Chris and I will have more action after this on Sports Radio 96.7. And we're back here at Hickory High School. Ryan Briggs, Chris Burtch with you tonight on Sports Radio 96.7. Grove City taking the timeout prior to this first down play. The handoff goes to Jamal Calhoun on a stretch play over the right side. Calhoun to the 20, to the 15, and Calhoun stepped out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Jamal Calhoun, his first carry of the night. Flag comes in at the end of the play also, and Jamal Calhoun running to the short side, but he's a guy does not need much room at all.
No, that's all of these skill guys for Hickory have that sort of same action. They all kind of appear thin. They all kind of have that tall, thin look, and yeah, they get just a little bit of a gap between defensive players. They just seem to accelerate right through it. But yeah, it's going to be a penalty on Hickory, Briggsy.
Yeah, the penalty was downfield, and they'll mark it off from the 12-yard line. So give Calhoun 15, and then the 10-yard penalty makes it 1st and 5 at the 22-yard line. It was a hold against the Hornets. It'll be 1st and 5 at the 22 as the Hornets go right to left in the all-black jerseys. Grove City in the all-white tonight. Tellez will give it. This time it is Calhoun again. Calhoun over the right side, same play. He's to the 10. Calhoun nudged out of bounds by Clayton Martin down near the 5-yard line, but another flag on the play back upfield. And right where Calhoun made the cut, there is a yellow
Yeah, there's just
flag down.
Some grabbing or some, kind of low blocking or something there that's springing him down the sideline. So.
And also a Grove City player down on the near side as well.
Oh, boy, that's the last thing they need.
Of course, the Eagles, we mentioned in the pregame, down 4 two-way starters tonight. It's waiting for the official indication on the penalty, which we have not had yet, have we?
No. No, geez.
And also trying to see which Grove City player it is who was.
I think it was Richardson Heasley.
And it is Terrell Richardson Heasley. So he's the cornerback on that side. He is down right now and is being tended to by medical personnel. So we will take a timeout. It'll be 1st and the penalty still has not been adjudicated. That's going to be stepped off, looks like from the 16. So Hickory's going to have 1st and about 9 when we come back. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more from Hickory after this. 5 minutes, 27 seconds to go first quarter. Hickory on top on Sports Radio 96.7.
No monthly service fees, and unlimited transactions. Download their mobile app and you can get 24/7 account access and remote deposit. See them at one of their 2 locations in Grove City or online at gcafcu.org. Member NCUA, equal housing and equal opportunity lender. Open a checking account now and score 4 tickets to a local high school sports event. Call for details.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Back here at Hickory on homecoming, and so far so good for the Hornets. A 21-0 lead. Hickory will have another first down play coming up after a penalty is enforced, but right now the issue is that Grove City cornerback Terrell Richardson Heasley being looked at by the Hickory medical staff here on the near sideline. See Grove City head coach Sam Mowry also out there with his senior starting receiver turn running back tonight and cornerback as well as kick returner. And a Grove City team that's already, read thin in a lot of spots.
Yeah,
is facing another significant injury, and I think they're going to bring out perhaps a cart or maybe even the stretcher. Usually the ambulance is parked on down by the scoreboard, a little bit out of our vantage point. We saw some people gesturing to bring that down.
Yeah, it looks both teams kind of heading to their sidelines to stretch and get water and things like that. So yeah, this is it's not a sprained ankle. We don't want to speculate, but
but they are going to
taking a lot of precautions here.
Yeah, so we have 5 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hickory on top 21-0. A quick scoring recap in this one for you. Hickory scored a minute and a half into the game. Jaden Phillips, 29-yard touchdown catch from Xander Telez. Logan Stanford with the first was 3 extra points, made it 7-0. And then after Grove City punted, one play, Calvin Morrison goes 42 yards for a touchdown at the 8:41 mark to make it 14-0. And then the first play after a Grove City punt and then a return by Jaden Phillips, return it to the 30. Sebastian Bromley made a 30-yard touchdown catch from Telez to make it 21-0. And indeed, they are bringing a stretcher from the we're in the press box, and of course right now the injured player Richardson Heasley is off to our right at about the 7-yard line, and the stretcher was positioned at the other end, so a little bit of a delay in that, but certainly as Chris said, we hope that it is more precautionary than anything else. But Terrell Richardson Heasley, first year as a starter, has been a key special teams guy the last couple of years, getting his chance this year and having a very nice senior season, but tonight injured here with 5:27 to go in the first quarter. Chris, do you have any updates for us?
I sure do. Yeah, Briggsy, we got the game over on 790 WPIC. The Farrell Steelers just scored to go up 14-7 on Sharpsville. So that game a tussle as we anticipated over at Farrell. Wilmington is up 14-0 on Mercer early on. Sharon has added a touchdown in their Region 4 matchup against Conneaut. They're up 27-0. And Greenville scored first in that Region 2 matchup against Sagertown. So Greenville is up 7-0 on Sagertown early on in that one.
Of course, later tonight we'll have all the scores. It will be the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show. Aaron Byro, Darren Steele, and Art Shannon will have all the calls, or all the scores. We'll be taking your phone calls as well until 11 o'clock tonight, and that'll be here on Sports Radio 96.7 and 790 WPIC. And here it is 21-0 Hickory with the lead over Grove City. Of course, last night, Lakeview a 55-14 win at Cochranton. Sailors go to 4-4 overall, 2-2 in conference play as they continue to work with the injured Grove City player, Terrell Richardson Heasley, as he will be placed onto the stretcher and then taken by the ambulance to one of the local medical facilities here in the Shenango Valley. And we certainly our thoughts with Terrell here as he's injured here tonight in the first quarter of this game. Hickory, as we said, will have a first down play upcoming after the penalty is administered. There was a penalty on the play, and I believe it's going to end up being about 1st and 9 at the 26 once we resume action. Chris, do you have a few other updates trickling in?
Yeah, I do. A couple of games, going on up north, and I guess a little bit to the east. You had Corey and Fairview, two good teams in that Region 5. That is it fair to say much improved Region 5?
Certainly, there are a lot of good teams there.
A lot of good teams up there. Yeah, Corey is up 13-0 on Fairview. The big 6As are in action. McDowell is up 7-0 on Austin Town Fitch School in Ohio. Cathedral Prep also playing an Ohio school. They are actually down to Benedictine, a traditional power in Ohio. They're down to Benedictine 14-7. Eisenhower is up 14-0 on Franklin. So the general and president beating up on the old statesman Ben Franklin, 14-0. So I had to get that one in there.
Oh, there you go. That's a good history reference. And so right now, Ike leading the night. That's Knights versus Knights.
Knights versus Knights, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So and here they continue. They have again. They have the stretcher and Terrell Richardson Heasley. They are getting ready, preparing it for him to be taken. And again, we find out anything, we'll let you know. But certainly hope that again that it is precautionary more than anything else. But again, that's a tough scene here. Hickory off to a good start here on homecoming, but right away he was down. You saw a couple of Hickory people motioning and coaches and stuff, and certainly it's a reminder. Yes, the teams are playing each other. It's a rivalry that, as we said, this it's one of the great all sports rivalries in Mercer County.
No question.
But there's also the the community within the community, if you will, and right away recognizing that there was a need, and the medical personnel out there, and then the EMTs coming with the stretcher as they continue to work on Terrell Richardson Healy. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more first quarter action after this. Art Shannon has some spots in the rack, or I don't know if we have a rack anymore, but Art is back there. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more from Hickory High School after this on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook.
Get fresh action from the Bellwings Christian Car Wash in Grove City. It's that time of year again. Buy one, get one free. Voco, windshield wiper sale with our Bellwings full service oil change. So get ready for Homeland Winter today before the year ends. Voco windshield wiper sale from December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience. It's that easy. But first,
And we return to Hickory High School, where Grove City's Terrell Richardson Heasley is being taken off along the near side, along the track at Hickory High School, and be, again, transported to one of the local medical facilities for further evaluation. And we certainly hope that he is okay. And if we find out anything, we will pass it on to you. Hickory will now have the ball back at the 26-yard line. It was a gain of 6 on the run for Calhoun, but a penalty for a block in the back takes the ball 10 yards from the spot back to the 26. And will now be the ever-popular 1st down and 9 coming up for Hickory here.
That might be a first for us.
At least this year, yeah. 5:27 to go first quarter, 21-0, Hickory with the lead. Hickory, huddled on the near sideline, and Grove City across the way coming back onto the field.
Yeah, and it's not cold tonight, but certainly compared to what it's going to be, but it's cold compared to what they've been playing in and practicing in, all season so far. So yeah, you see some guys kind of stretching out and trying to stay a little bit warm.
And now Hickory going through some calisthenics and jogging on the near side to get loose. So it's one of those cases, take an extra minute or two just to make sure everybody's good and warm.
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody coming up tight or lame or whatever. So Hickory doing that on the near sideline. Hornets in the black jerseys, white numbers and letters, with the black pants as well, white helmets. Grove City white tops, white pants, white helmets. Vegas gold numbers and letters. First time I've seen these Hickory jerseys. They are sharp.
They are really sharp. Yeah, I love the font for the numbers too. It's like
it's block numerals. So
numerals.
When I become king, everybody will have block numerals, Chris.
Yeah, it's old school. Like that line is so overused, old school. But yeah, that's kind of what it reminds you of, right? Kind of the old days of college and NFL football, right?
And Hornets warming up here on the near side, kind of jogging out from the numbers to the hash. And it'll be 1st and 9 when we resume action at the 26-yard line. Don't forget, tomorrow on Sports Radio 96.7, it'll be George Abraham and Albert Campman with Coach's Corner from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. They'll be recapping all of tonight's action and taking a look at a great weekend of college and professional sports action. Boy, big slate of college games tomorrow on the national and local scene.
Yeah, no doubt.
It will be 1st and 9 for Hickory at the Grove City 26 as we resume action with 5:27 to go in the first quarter. Tellez gets the snap, takes the handoff. He'll go up the middle across the 25 to the 24, and a flag thrown behind the play. DeLathan Bones in on the stop. And a modest gain. It looks like Hickory may be set behind the sticks now. Could be the third straight play with a penalty.
Yeah.
Grove City, they asked the sideline, and Eagles say move them back, and it will be a hold on Hickory. So 3 straight plays, 3 straight penalties for Hickory. It's going to be 1st down and 19 now.
Yeah. Yeah, as certainly, Coach, it's been almost perfection here for Hickory in this the first 7 minutes of this first quarter. But any coach would be frustrated at 3 straight plays with a penalty on their offense.
So far, we've had 9 flags for 65 yards, and we've played 6 minutes and 38 seconds. It's one of those things, though, they've been obvious.
Yeah, they've been obvious, right.
4 receivers set, 2 men to either side. Deep drop for Tellez. Swings it into left flat. It is caught by Kelvin Morrison. Morrison to the 30. Morrison cutting to the right to the 25. Morrison to the 20. Another flag comes flying in for the back judge. Morrison down to the 16. Has enough for the 1st down, but a flag thrown by the back judge right where Morrison cut back to the right, and it would appear that at least part of this 20-yard gain is going to be wiped out.
You could see Coach Dungy really upset with his guys because here's what these are blocking penalties, a lot of them that aren't necessary. Like, in other words, just let the back do his thing, without these holds after they've already picked up a head of steam.
Penalty stepped off 10 yards from the point of infraction, and will end up being a net gain of 2 yards, and it will now be 1st and 17. So we've had 1st and 7, 1st and 9, 1st and 17, 1st and 19. We're checking all the boxes here tonight. But the 5th penalty of the quarter for Hickory, 4th straight play with a flag.
Yeah, can't have that, right? I mean, that's...
So back to the 34-yard line, and it will be 1st and 17. Hornets 161 yards of offense already, but even with the penalties. This time the give is to Morrison. Morrison over the right side. Morrison breaks 1 tackle, but then is going to be brought down by Clayton Martin at the 32-yard line. Looked like Morrison was going to get out of that mess, and then Clayton Martin had different ideas.
Yeah, Clayton Martin's a football player, right? I mean, that's just... And run right at him, and he almost kind of he made that tackle as if he was sort of sick of what's going on out there, and that's what you want, right? And really good play by Clayton Martin.
It is 2nd and 14 out to 31, and now it's going to be 2nd and 9 as Grove City jumps into the neutral zone. It'll be 2nd and 9 now, so the 11th accepted penalty in the first 8 minutes tonight, and it's week 8, but it's looking like week 1, Chris.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those things where I don't think this has been too much of a problem for Hickory,
but it has been. Penalties have been problematic for Grove City at times this year.
Right. So you can almost see there's a bit of like a stunned anger on the side of Hickory.
Tellez throws it near side. It's a flanker screen caught by Phillips. Phillips the 15. Jaden Phillips 10-5 touchdown. Jaden Phillips from 26 yards out, his 2nd touchdown catch of the night, and Hickory adds to its lead with 3:56 to go first quarter.
There it is, right. So, we follow the Grove City penalty, which I added commentary to Hickory because I was looking down at their coaches. But, another penalty on Grove City leads to a good situation for Hickory, and Hickory doing their thing as Tellez, again, there's one of those reads that Coach Dungy was talking about with Tellez. Making a great read, and another Hickory touchdown.
Logan Stanford on to kick the extra point. Tellez will hold. Hosick to snap. Snap is good. Hold is down. Stanford puts it up. It is good, and it is 28-0. Hickory with the lead. 3:56 to go first quarter. We'll come back with more after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
chocolate. I love you. Eat inspiration. In the kitchen. White cream. Those are meeting. Fashion is present top quality materials with low sharpness. The latest in styles should buy. Red months and good news today. It's spring. Really going to the British. I'll wait until the research. I'll be late. Yours construction afternoon.
Is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
28-0, Hickory with the lead. 3:56 to go first quarter. Ryan Briggs and Chris Burtch with you tonight in Hermitage. And Logan Stanford to kick off. Grove City, see the Eagles send back deep now with Terrell Richardson Heasley out. Nathan Greer will go back deep. He's the deepest of three men. Toth on the far side, and also on the near side for Grove City, that appears to be Tanner Mung. Stanford has it teed up in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. 5 men to either side of Stanford, and the senior on the run-up will send this one downfield. And it's going to be Greer fielding at his 10-yard line. Greer, far sideline, he will just go out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And another, no, that's not a flag. That's actually somebody wearing yellow shoes.
Yeah, yellow shoes
there.
Yeah. But you know, one of the things, Briggsy, that we, really haven't kind of made the connection here when we're talking about the penalty yardage against Grove City and the penalties, the number of penalties. What you have, and you said you made reference to week 1. You got a lot of guys playing out of position for Grove City for filling in for injuries, right?
Well, and there was a flag.
Okay, so it wasn't...
Okay, you see it now in the giant H logo here at Hickory, which covers which covers about 33 yards in width.
Yeah,
it was the flag was in the border of that.
Yeah, that H could be its own township.
It's larger than the H in the Hollywood sign in California. So the ball will be moved back 10 yards on the holding penalty, and Grove City 7th flag of the early going for 45 yards. And Grove City again facing a long field with 3:52 to go in the opening quarter. McCready in the backfield, and he will give it to Clayton Martin, who breaks one tackle, and Martin is going to be stacked up and driven back into the end zone. Hickory signaling safety, but it is not going to be a safety, as Martin will get progress to about the 2-yard line, but it's going to be second and very long, a loss of about 8 on the carry.
Yeah, again, that super fast Hickory defense just able to swarm in there and just nowhere for Martin to go. Martin is, he's kind of a battering running back, and he needs there to be some white shirts, in front of him or around him to create some space so that he can batter in there and pick up yardage. And in that case, there just wasn't any space.
Play clock down to 2, 1, and flag thrown. It'll be a delay penalty. It'll set the Eagles back 1 yard. And so now 2nd and 19 back at the 1-yard line. Grove City marooned deep in its own end.
Yeah.
So now coming out from the goal line, Martin is the back. Greer wide left. McCready gets the snap. McCready back to pass on the run. McCready spins, jump pass, throws it in the middle of the field. It is tipped incomplete. And don't know if there was an eligible receiver. Martin was kind of in the area, so it does not appear as if it would be grounding, but McCready perilously close to a safety.
Yeah, he was kind of running in the back of the end zone and then just decided to kind of throw it, as far and as hard as he could towards the middle of the field. He's very fortunate that one of the speedy Hickory defensive backs didn't pick that off. So
3rd and 19 at the 1-yard line for Grove City. Greer wide left. Toth will now deploy slot right. Hickory showing blitz. McCready will give it to Martin. He is hit and spun down. Luke Lewis brings down the ball carrier for a safety, or no, they're going to give Martin progress. Boy, it sure looked like Martin was in the red of the end zone.
Yeah, that's an interesting call. It'd be one of those ones if you could see it on film, see the replay of it. But yeah, I mean, it didn't look like he ever got out of the end zone.
It'll be now 4th and 19. The back point of the ball was a whisker in front of the goal line.
Right.
Luke Lewis shot through. It looked like he had himself 2 points, but instead it is 4th down and.
It might almost be. It's we're not even out of the first quarter yet, but it might have been one of those deals where it might have been better for Grove City to get the safety and then have the free kick.
You wonder if they might do that here? No, McCree's going to get the kick away, angle to the far side, kicking away from Phillips. It'll hit out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Yeah.
And it will be Hickory taking over in Grove City territory with 2:55 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah.
They'll say out of bounds at the 27.
Yeah, that's about as well as you can do there if you're McCready, right? Is getting the snap in the ball, the short snap from inches in front of the goal line to the back of the end zone, and he got that quick kick out of there. Didn't allow any of the great Hickory returners to get their hands on the football. And 29-yard lines are obviously good field position, or I guess 26-yard line is good field position, but could have been a lot worse.
Officially, the ball put down at the 27 for Hickory. Bobby Maynard goes wide left. Borowitz flanks out to the right. He's in the slot, but on the line of scrimmage. Phillips is a flanker to the right. It's a 4-receiver set. The deep back is Morrison behind Tellez in the pistol. 1st and 10 at the 27. Tellez gets the snap. Give to Morrison. Morrison up the middle of the 20 to the 15. Bounces outside. Back to the right. Morrison down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Kelvin Morrison, his 4th carry of the night. Takes the ball into the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville.
Yeah, he's picking his way, down the field, but he's also doing it at a speed that it's almost impossible to sort of angle him up and make the tackle. And I don't know how you I don't know how you deal with that.
1st and goal at the 9. Ball on the far left hash mark. Tellez will give it to Morrison into the middle of the line. Morrison to the 5, and he's going to be pulled back as the linebacker that's the defensive lineman, Jesse McCoy, in on the tackle.
Yeah.
McCoy getting the start tonight up front due to the injuries, and Morrison brought down after a pickup of 3.
Yeah, nice job by McCoy, right? Got off the block there and wrapped up Morrison. Slung him down. So certainly a spark there for this Grove City defense that's certainly had a tough night so far.
2nd and goal at the 6. Play clock down to 7. Hickory's going to have to hurry. Now the Hornets will have to take a timeout with 1:44 to go in the first quarter. Hickory knocking on the door. 2nd and goal at the 6 when we come back on Sports Radio 96.7.
Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course, as well as behind-the-wheel training. And driving school offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to their Penny's Driving School right now. The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City. Better.
Back here at Hickory High School, along with Chris Burtch, Ryan Briggs with you tonight on Sports Radio 96.7. Bryce Carroll on the video camera. On our Facebook Live feed, Art Shannon producing tonight's game back just down the road on the Shenango Valley Freeway. 2nd goal at the 6 for Hickory, moving left to right with 1:44 to go in the half, as each team has taken one timeout in this opening quarter. Dante Evans in as a tight end to the right. Borowitz is a flanker to the right. He's inside of Phillips. They're both off the line of scrimmage. Bromley wide left. Tellez back to pass, throwing a screen left side. It is caught by Bromley. A hook and lateral, taking it in will be the tackle. That is Spencer Lee. He'll take it in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Spencer Lee got the pitch from Bromley, and Hickory extends the lead.
Yeah. What a fantastic play call. And we've talked all night about the speed of this these Hickory linemen. Spencer Lee taking that hook and ladder and just sprinting his way into the end zone. Nobody was going to catch him. Hornets with their 5th touchdown of the night.
Minute 36 to go, and Spencer Lee gets into the end zone. The Hornets are having some fun on homecoming tonight. Bromley made the catch, flipped it to Lee, who takes it in for the touchdown. Stanford's extra point, it is up, and it is good. 35-0. Hickory with the lead here in the first quarter. We have a minute 36 to go in the opening period. We'll come back with more after this on Sports Radio 96.7. And we are back. Ryan Briggs and Chris Burtch with you. Art Shannon back in the studio. $35-0. Hickory with the lead. A minute 36 to go first quarter. As the Hornets, the trick play there, and we've seen the Hornets, they used it a lot in the past with guys like Luke Neville and Keenan Skellen.
Yeah.
Not Spencer Lee, but the big guy knew what to do when he got it in
sure
there.
did. Yeah, that was a great moment. Certainly one that they'll remember on homecoming.
Stanford to kick off downfield to the 10-yard line. Caught by Greer, far sideline. He's going to go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And Grove City will have it deep in its own end. And we have another flag, Chris.
Yeah. I know. He just caught the ball and ran out of bounds. I don't know what the flag's about.
And we'll see what the penalty is. And they're talking to Grove City, but I'm not sure. But it was such a quick developing play that
he just caught it and ran out of bounds. I mean, maybe something a few yards down the field, some kind of an illegal hit or something.
Already 13 penalties in the first 10 and a half minutes tonight.
Yeah, and like you said, it's there's an inclination that you kind of be frustrated with the officials for having kind of rabbit ears, but a lot of these have been pretty obvious.
And this one's going to be a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Hickory.
I think they hit Greer. I think they gave Greer a shot when he was out of bounds.
So the ball will come out to the 35. That's where Grove City will begin this drive with a minute 32 in the remaining in the first quarter. And the best starting field position of the night for the Eagles, who began drives the 33, the 6, the 21, and the 10. And thanks to the penalty, this drive will start at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, has there ever have we ever seen a coaching staff as frustrated as Hickory's is right now, up 35-0 in the first quarter?
Actually put the ball at the 39-yard line, so they gave Greer a few extra yards on the return.
Yeah.
The ball at the 39-yard line. First and 10, Eagles moving right to left on the far right hash mark. Creedy will give it to Clayton Martin. Martin trying to wind his way over the right side, and he will find a wall of black jerseys. Ja'Kai King over there. Ja'Kai King putting together another fine season. 2-year starter, only a sophomore.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, how about these sophomores for Hickory? You know, they've been big names for them. It seems like for a while now, but they're in the middle of 10th grade. They're in the middle of their second season.
Under a minute to go, first quarter. 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line. McCready in the shotgun. We'll give it to Martin. Martin is going to be cut down in the backfield as coming in to make the tackle. It's going to be Xander Tellez. Tellez, we talk about his physical gifts at quarterback, but he is a very good safety / linebacker.
He sure is. He just sees everything. He's rangy, and, you know, he can kind of cover he's like a guy, he can cover a third of the field, you know, like on a pass play and any kind of a run play that's trying to get to the outside or get down the sideline. He's going to be there. So
3rd and 16 now for Grove City. Eagles are 0 for 4 on 3rd down. Play clock at 8, game clock at 12. Eagles do have to snap the ball. Toth wide left. McCready in the shotgun. Play clock at 1. And they get the snap off. McCready back to pass. Throwing the ball downfield and picked off by Dungy at the 45. Christian Dungy across midfield. Cutting back to his right. Dungy in Grove City territory. Inside the 40. He'll be gang tackled at the 39-yard line. Christian Dungy coming up with the interception. Now a flag thrown at the end of the play also. Dungy with his first pick of the season. And they run back to the Grove City 39. Flag at the end of the play also. And McCready just threw that one up, and Dungy was the one that answered the prayer.
Yeah, he sure did. You could see him kind of ranging over. I use the word rangy before, meaning you can cover a lot of territory. And in that case, it was Dungy being rangy as he got over there and intercepted that ball. And nice return. And another penalty, though, as this first quarter full of penalties mercifully comes to an end.
Personal foul against Hickory. That looks like it's going to come from the end of the run back. It was not a dead ball penalty. So the ball is going to go back to the 46-yard line. A run back of 16 yards, a penalty of 15, and that is the end of a lengthy first quarter. The Hickory Hornets on homecoming with the lead, 35-0. Chris and I will come back with the second quarter after this on Sports Radio 96.7. Back here at Hickory High School, Hornets 1st and 10 from their own 46 after the penalty, moving right to left. Telez fakes the handoff, keeps it over the left side. Telez to the 40. Xander Telez to the 20. Hesitates to the 10, to the 5, and knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Xander Telez had the 88-yard touchdown run last week. He'll pick up 50 on the first play of the second quarter.
Yeah, Greer finally able to get over and to knock him out of bounds, but not before Telez does all kinds of territory for this Hickory offense that you just can't find enough superlatives to use about this offense.
It'll be 1st and goal at the call it the 3, so it's a run of 51 yards for Telez. And Hickory into the McCandless Ford red zone once again. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville. Shakur lines up as a fullback. It's a stack eye. The give is to Morrison. He will go into the end zone untouched and extend the Hickory lead. Kelvin Morrison, his second touchdown run of the night. And it is 41-0 Hornets with 11:49 to go in the first half. Putting the big guy in the backfield. And,
love it, yeah.
I wouldn't mind falling 53 into the end zone.
Yeah, no doubt. Just that big offensive line for Hickory just opening up all kinds of gaps for these guys to run through.
41-0, Logan Stanford on to attempt the conversion. Will Hosick is the snapper. Snap is good. Telez puts it down. Kick is up. And the extra point is good. So Logan Stanford 6 for 6 tonight. And it is 42-0. We'll take a break. Come back with more second quarter action on Sports Radio 96.7. Okay, check 1, 2. Okay, that's good. Back here at Hickory High School, Stanford to kick off, has it teed up just inside the near left hash mark. 42-0 Hickory on top. Sends this one downfield, and Greer will field it back at his 8-yard line, coming to the near sideline, and he'll step out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Of course, Greer took a big hit last week on a punt return. And now do we have another flag, Chris?
Yeah.
And this will be the 16th penalty of the night. We have 11:46 to go in the first quarter. It is holding on Grove City. That'll be half the distance from the end of the run back, so the ball will go to the 10-yard line. That's where Grove City will put it in play with 11:46 to go in the first half.
Yeah, how about that? You know, lots of penalties here.
9 penalties, 55 yards for Grove City. 7 flags, 75 yards for Hickory. Working left to right are the Eagles. And the give is going to be to a new running back on the near side, and that is going to be Peyton Miller. Or that's Keith Vandergrift, 10.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Grove City has jerseys with black numbers. They wore them in week 3 in Titusville.
Right.
They're new.
Yeah.
They're wearing these ones, and thus wrong guy gets called there, but it is Vandergrift getting the run. Yeah. 2nd and 8 now at the 12-yard line. Receivers to either side. Double wing to the right on the short side of the field. McCready will give it to Vandergrift again. Hesitates, heads up field, gets to the 15, bounces off the tackler. Dungy got a piece of him. Then big Joey Garm, the reserve 350-pound senior nose tackle, brings Vandergrift down. It'll be 3rd and 4. Grove City, it'll be the 6th third down tonight, but the first one that is, been reasonable distance.
Yeah, that was some really good, blocking up front there, and a good run. Again, obviously Grove City can do some things here offensively, and it's just a matter of doing it kind of back-to-back plays, not being interrupted by penalties and things like that, penalties and big losses.
This will be 3rd and 4 at the 16-yard line. 3-man front for Hickory. 3rd and 4. McCready will give it to Vandergrift into the middle of the line, and he will get nothing. In fact, he's going to lose a yard into the teeth of the defense. Matthew Myers, the leading tackler from the middle linebacker spot, making the tackle on Vandergrift. Garm was in there as well, and will be 4th and 5, and on comes the punt team for Grove City.
Yeah, just this Hickory, again, we talk about it, and but the Hickory defensive line, again, just big guys who can really move. And, every time on a kind of a play like that, you're just reminded how quick they are.
McCready to punt. Low snap. Gets the kick away. High knuckleball. It will hit at the 30 and take a bounce upfield to the 36 of Grove City. And we'll be down there, and that's where Hickory puts the ball in play with 10:04 to go in the first half. This will be the 7th possession of the night for Hickory, and the Hornets' average field position, Chris, the Grove City 40.
Yeah, I mean, that tells a large part of the story. Obviously the execution has been terrific, and the playmaking has been, electrifying. But it's not helping Grove City's cause, and some of it, of course, is due to the fact that they punted 3 times from their own end zone.
They've been in the end zone or very close to it, yes. Yeah. This drive will start officially at the 37 for Hickory, but on the Grove City side of midfield. Telez, who is 5 of 6 with 4 touchdowns tonight. He's in the pistol, has Morrison behind him. Now Morrison aligns to his right hip. And a penalty, a false start on Hickory. It's going to move the Hornets back 5 yards. 8th flag of the night for 80 yards on Hickory.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, a game, you hate to be a game that's is as lopsided of a score as we have. Should not be an hour and 14 minutes into it with 10:04 to go still in the second quarter, but that's it. It's just been a absolute penalty fest.
We did have the injury delay,
yeah, that too. Right, of course.
Grove City's Terrell Richardson Heasley, injured earlier, was taken off on a stretcher, and we will pass on any update if we get the opportunity. 1st and 15 now at the 42. 4 receivers set. And Tellez gets a snap, and he will take off upfield, and he's going to be grabbed by Martin and finally brought down back at about the 46, 47-yard line. We'll see where he gets progress, but Tellez trying to break through, maybe took a couple of extra hits, and really a play I'm surprised he didn't blow dead because Morrison was moving forward at the snap.
Right.
But in any case, Tellez is going to be credited with actually no gain. They'll give him progress to the 42, but he took a pretty good shot there from Martin, and then some teammates coming in as well.
Yeah, Martin had him grabbed him by the jersey, and looked like Tellez was maybe going to be able to get out of that grip and pick up some yards, but Martin did not let it. And then pretty soon a host of other white jerseys arrived, and good play by the Grove City defense.
2nd and 15, and timeout Hickory. 9:16 to go in the first half. Hornets have taken 2 timeouts. We'll take the break as well. We'll be back with more second quarter action after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Hayes Pub and Grill is proud to award the September 2024 Mercer County Team of the Month. Hayes is proud to announce that Grove City Girls Soccer is the September Mercer County Team of the Month. Congratulations to Grove City coach Darcy Holmes and her outstanding soccer team, as they are the September Vase Pub and Grill Mercer County Team of the Month. For more information, go to vasepubandgrill.com. The second quarter is brought to you by the Cash Dollar team at Confluence Financial Partners. 2 firms united to serve you. Visit us at confluencefp.com.
We are back here at Hickory High School. Ryan Briggs, Chris Burtch with you tonight. Don't forget, after the game, Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game, the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. Hickory has it 2nd and 14 at the Grove City 42-yard line. Coming up at the half, we'll recap the first half, scoring and stats. And Chris will have the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. We may get an appetizer or a teaser here in a minute or two.
Sure, yeah.
2nd and 15, Bromley motions from left to right. Tellez back the pass. Deep drop, throwing the ball downfield, looking for Bobby Maynor. And over his head, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 15, double coverage downfield by the Grove City secondary. And Hickory will have 3rd and long. Hornets are 1 for 1 on 3rd down tonight. Chris, a couple of updates.
Yeah, the Wilmington continuing to take care of business against Mercer. They're up 28-0. Farrell, 2 quick scores. They're up 28-14 on Sharpsville now. Sharon continuing to roll. They are up 48-0 on Conneaut. Yeah, Cash.
3rd and 15. Tellez has Maynor and Bromley to the left with Maynor in the slot. Dante Evans flanks out as a slot receiver to the right. Borowitz is the split end to the right. They're on the wide side of the field. 3rd and 15. Tellez on a draw gives it to Morrison. Morrison upfield to the 35. Morrison spins, keeps the legs moving, and he's going to have about a dozen, but a flag thrown by the head linesman on the far side, and looks like the preponderance of that 3rd down run is going to be wiped out.
Yeah.
With 9:03 to go, 9 minutes to go in the half, and it could be Hickory's 9th penalty of the half, which would tie Grove City also with 9 accepted penalties tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if this game continues into the second half with the score, we'll get the sped up clock, but we still make it a 3-hour game. Wow.
So it's going to be holding. That's 10 yards from the spot. It'll be a gain of 8. It's going to put Hickory in 3rd and long, 3rd and 17 at the 44-yard line. And they've not spotted the ball yet. Oh, now they have. Yeah, Hickory was huddling up around the ball. They could not see the ball apparently. 3rd and 17 now for the Hornets. 2 receivers either side, ball in the middle of the field. Tellez will give it to Morrison again on the draw. He has some running room. Morrison to the 30. Kelvin Morrison, 25 to the 20. Breaks a tackle, gets a block from Bromley, cuts back to his right. Touchdown Hickory. Kelvin Morrison, the hat trick. 8:37 to go in the half. He scores from 44 yards out on 3rd and 17.
Yeah, wow. Is he fast? He's fast, but, in the way of he gets from, point A to point B, and then he kind of slows down a little bit, picks his next spot, and then he just goes right back to being full speed, and just a whole lot to deal with here for the Grove City defense.
And will be Logan Stanford on to attempt the conversion. Kicking at the goalpost to the left. Will Hosick, who started last week's game as a 6th offensive lineman. Right. He's the snapper. Xander Tellez, who, of course, is the starting quarterback, will hold. Snap is good. Hold is down. Stanford puts it up, and he is 7 for 7 tonight. The Hornets, 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns. 8:37 to go in the first half. Hickory in command on Sports Radio 96.7.
Score big with a new checking account at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. At the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union, you get a free checking account that offers no minimum balance, no monthly service fees, and unlimited transactions. Download their mobile app and you can get 24/7 account access and remote deposits. See them at one of their 2 locations in Grove City or online at gcafcu.org. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Equal Opportunity Lender. Open a checking account now and score 4 tickets to a local high school sports event. Call for details.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Cash Dollar team at Confluence Financial Partners. 2 firms united to serve you. Visit us at confluencefb.com.
Welcome back to Hickory High School. Ryan Briggs and Chris Burtch with you. Aaron Byro, Darren Steele, Art Shannon have the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show later tonight here on Sports Radio 96.7. Aaron running the AM game. That's the Farrell Sharpsville game. Mark and Bob have the call on that. Art is in the FM studio, and Darren is probably enjoying whatever lock, stock, and barrel submarine sandwich he got tonight.
Yes.
Stanford's kickoff at the line drive, fielded by Greer at his 8-yard line. Greer giving ground to the 15. Greer in trouble, and Ja'Kai King will bring him down back at the 13-yard line. And if you start going east-west against Hickory, things will go south for you.
That's a great that's a great way to put it. Yeah, because if you're trying to get on the edge without any blocking against this team, it's just not going to happen. And Greer, we know how fast he is, we know how good he is, but just nowhere for him to go.
It will be 1st down and 10 for Grove City, starting at the 12-yard line. And again, another drive starting deep in Grove City territory. That is the 5th drive that will start at the 21 or inside the 21 towards the Grove City goal line. And whistles and timeout Hickory. Hickory will have to take its final timeout of the half as the Hornets defensive coaches did not like what they saw out there. Timeout on the field. We'll take it as well with 8 1/2 minutes to go in the second quarter. More action coming up after this from Hickory High School on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook.
In 1973, Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. And they still serve 42 clubs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also has burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Lock, Stock, and Barrel is also a full-service deli. Party rings, meat and cheese trays, and cold veggie trays are all available. Open Tuesday through Saturday. Closed Sundays and Mondays.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Cash Dollar team at Confluence Financial Partners. 2 firms united to serve you. Visit us at confluencefb.com.
Back here at Hickory High School, along with Chris Burtch. Ryan Briggs with you tonight. Grove City and Hickory. Series that dates back to 1947. Right now, Hickory in control. Grove City 1st and 10 from its own 12-yard line. Clayton Martin motions from left to right. McCready back to pass. Lucas McCready into the right flat, incomplete. intended for Martin. Pass a little bit over his head, incomplete, and it will now be second down with 8:27 to go in the second quarter. Homecoming tonight here at Hickory. Great crowd on hand. They're lined around the fence pretty much the whole way around, or certainly on the Hickory side. Grove City, a pretty good following as well. The folks wearing the red and black, I think, are having a little better time than those in the old gold and black.
Yeah, just a juggernaut here as Hickory is a great team playing great. And Grove City obviously dinged up, and just about everything that could have gone wrong has.
Hand off to Peyton Miller on 2nd and 10 for the 12. Miller giving ground. He'll be snowed under for a loss in the backfield. So we see Ben Walls in there, the defensive end, among others. Matthew Myers finished him off. It'll be a loss for Miller back to about the 8-yard line, and another 3rd and long upcoming for Grove City with 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, and again, if you're Grove City, you're just still trying to kind of piece something together, find something that works here to at least, stay on the field and get a little bit of momentum offensively.
3rd and 14 from the 8. And the give will be to Miller. Miller's cut down to the backfield. Christian Dungy, the rover, or hybrid safety in there to bring him down. Matthew Myers, Luke Lewis also there. A loss on the play, back to the 4. And it will be 4th and 18 for the Eagles, and on comes the punt team.
Yeah, there it was again, right? Trying to go east and west against this Hickory defense. And, just if they can get off their blocks, which they certainly did that time, there just isn't anywhere for go. You're not gonna beat those guys to the outside.
4th and 18 from the 4-yard line. Khalil Houston is deep for Hickory, along with Jaden Phillips back at the 36. Kick is away, and it's angled to the near side. It will go out of bounds near the 25-yard line, and that's where it's going to be marked out. And 6:56 to go in the half, and it's the field. It's like it's been tilted all night. Hickory's had the ball in the Grove City end, and Grove City's had the ball in the Grove City end.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly it. It just seems like, Hickory's getting the football inside of their own, the Grove City 30 every time. And that's obviously you put an incredibly talented offense into those situations. They're going to have a lot of success, and with a 49-0 score, they certainly have.
Ball will be put in play at the 25-yard line. Hickory moving right to left, and a flag, and Hornets took too much time. So a 5-yard mark off back to the 30 now, and Hickory has reached double digits in penalties in the first half. 10 penalties, 95 yards for Hickory. Grove City, only 9 penalties for 55 yards.
It's amazing, right? Yeah, that's a couple of those Hickory ones have been, the kind of the personal foul variety, so the 15-yarders. But yeah, most of Grove City's have just been the pre-snap 5-yarders.
Borowitz wide left. Evans is a wing to the right. 2 men to the right as well. Turn toss goes to Kelvin Morrison over the right side. Morrison to the 25, to the 20. Kelvin Morrison, 10-5 touchdown, but a flag thrown by the head linesman on the far side, and Morrison's 4th touchdown of the night will be negated by a penalty. And with 6:48 to go, Hickory's going to face 1st and long from back outside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. In a way, obviously, I doubt too many of the people wearing red and black sitting in front of us think this, but, in a way, the way that this game has been officiated might be helpful to Hickory. In other words, you can watch this film in a game that you're winning big and kind of doing whatever you want to do offensively, but you can really kind of still pick out some things you got to work on. They have to get better at this, right? These down the field blocks and holds that aren't at the line of scrimmage. These are correctable mistakes.
1st and 16. Morrison, by the way, 9 carries, 138 yards tonight, and 3 touchdowns. Bobby Maynor slot left, Borowitz wide left. Now Evans motions right to left turn. Toss goes to Morrison. Student body left. Morrison stumbles and goes down. Nathan Greer helps him go to the turf. Jimmy Cooper also there. And Morrison went down a little awkwardly.
Yeah.
Okay, but maybe not 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, there's kind of like the knee or the ankle
buckled a little bit. And it's a loss of 1 on the play. Will be 2nd and 17 now at the 32-yard line for Morrison, the first negative run of the night. Will be 2nd and 17. Evans, wing left, the 6'2", 230-pound freshman. Telez has Morrison who's up. Reverse pivot to give us to Morrison. Morrison over the right side, cuts up the middle. Morrison to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Kelvin Morrison. There's touchdown number 4. A 32-yard sprint untouched. And Hickory adds to the lead with 5:57 to go in the half.
Yeah. Yeah, just you found a seam right down the middle of the field. And then again, I keep using this expression. And it's not necessarily an expression that is often used, but it just kind of is the way that I describe trying to tackle players like this, and that is trying to get the angle. You try to, you see them, you try to, okay, I'm going to cut them off 5 yards down the field, 10 yards down the field, and it doesn't matter. You can't get there. You can't get to the angle against the guy that fast.
Stanford's kick is up, and it is good. Hickory adds to the lead on Kelvin Morrison's 4th touchdown run of the night. 5:57 to go, first half. Hickory on top, 56-0 on Sports Radio 96.7.
How well do you know your insurance company?
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay. Are you sure you have the best rate? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
A real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Mailer Insurance is local. Mailer Insurance lives where you do, and will give you the coverage you need and nothing you don't at a fair price. And they are always here to talk. Mailer Insurance in Sharpsville or at mailerinsurance.com, a Reinhardt's Agency Incorporated affiliate.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Cash Dollar team at Confluence Financial Partners. 2 firms united to serve you. Visit us at confluencefb.com.
Hickory to kick off. Don't forget at the half, we'll have a first half recap. Lots to talk about, certainly. The Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. As I'm sure a lot of games will probably be in the third quarter by the time we get to the halftime update, Chris.
It seems like that's our game every week here so far this year. As we are.
Logan Stanford to kick off, sends it downfield. And it's going to be dropped at the 5-yard line. And now picking up at the 9 on the near side and going out of bounds is Peyton Miller. Or is that Vandergrift?
Yeah, it's Vandergrift.
Vandergrift. Okay, Thank you, Corey. Corey J. Corbin here tonight. Extra set of eyes. He knows the Grove City guys quite well and is able to confirm it was Keith Vandergrift on the modest run back for Grove City.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, we need that, right, with the unable to make out the numbers sometimes. We need a guy that recognizes each guy by kind of their shape, right?
Well, and the other thing too is because Grove City, there are a lot of new guys in the lineup too, which doesn't help either.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Grove City. They'll say back at the 9-yard line. First half. Eagles moving left to right. McCready gets the snap. They give us to Bubenheim, and he's going to be drilled. Joey Garm, the nose tackle, came through untouched.
Yeah.
And with Joey Garm, he is big, 6'5", about 350, and but fairly nimble as well. And he just shot through there to bring down Bubenheim for a loss on the play.
Right. He actually he could certainly get through blocks pretty easily, but that time he just was able to outmaneuver the guy and then just kind of swallow up the ball carrier.
3rd and 12 back at the 7-yard line. 3rd and long has been a familiar refrain for the Eagles tonight. McCready will give it to Bubenheim. Bubenheim into the middle of the line, and then brought down immediately by Michael Reardon. Reardon, who's maybe hasn't been a starter for Hickory, but kind of the sixth man in basketball or the 12th man in football. Reardon, who does a lot of good things for this Hickory team, comes in to make the tackle. That's a loss of a yard, and the punt team will come out again for Grove City as we come up on the 4-minute mark of the first half. Khalil Houston will be deep for Hickory, standing in Grove City territory at the 35-yard line. Hornets will send a second return man out there also. That's going to be Marlon Peterson. Kick away. High, short kick, bounces at the 30, bounces upfield, and then will trickle back a yard or two and is down at the 32-yard line by the Grove City punt team. 3:49 to go in the half, and Hickory again beginning a drive in Grove City territory.
And you can see McCready almost looks like he was shaken up a little bit. And then he went back there to punt and is, Oh, wait a minute, was that? I don't know if McCready punted that one. Yeah.
Ball down at the 33-yard line, and Hickory will have it 1st and 10, and Christian Dungy will take over at the quarterback position. He, of course, is the heir apparent, son of head coach Bill Dungy. Christian Dungy starting at safety, had an interception earlier tonight, brings Maynor in motion. The handoff is to Jamal Calhoun. Calhoun trying to get around the left side. He does to the 25. Calhoun to the 20. Calhoun brought down at the 17-yard line. Pickup of 16. And Hickory has returned to the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville.
Yeah, nice little kind of scissors misdirection play there for Dungy's first play in there at the QB spot. Big pick up again for the another one. It just seems like they got fast guys everywhere.
Calhoun tracks stand out in the 100 and 200. Bobby Maynor in motion from right to left, and Dungy will shovel it forward to him. Bobby Maynor around the left side. Bobby Maynor will get close to the goal line. Did he get in? No signal. Yes. Well, one official said yes, one said no.
Okay.
The near side official said that he was in, but then the official out by the numbers said no. But Bobby Maynor picks up 16. It's going to be 1st and goal. Bobby Maynor, his 6th catch of the season, and just a hair short of his first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, just picking up the he's got kind of these second unit guys that do get a lot of playing time, and
still the starting offensive line out there. Ristvay at left tackle, Tonti at left guard, Lewis at center, Walls at right guard, and Spencer Lee at right tackle. Dungy in the shotgun, gets the snap, fakes the handoff, try to get around the right side, hurdles, and is he in? Yes, touchdown. Christian Dungy scores on a 1-yard touchdown run, and Hickory adds to the lead with 2:56 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Dungy looked like he was going to be kind of hemmed in there, but leapt into the end zone, able to get himself a touchdown from the quarterback position.
Callum Dara will attempt the extra point now. Hosick is still the snapper. I believe, is that Dungy doing the holding now? So if you start a quarterback, you get the hold. That's part of the job description at Hickory. Dara kicking at the goalpost to the left. Kick is a low line drive, but it is good. So Dara adds the PAT, and Hickory adds to the lead. 2 minutes, 46 seconds to go, first half. We'll be back with more after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Big with a new checking account at Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. At the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union, you get a free checking account that offers no minimum balance, no monthly service fees, and unlimited transactions. Download their mobile app and you can get 24/7 account access and remote deposit. See them at one of their 2 locations in Grove City or online at gcafcu.org. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Equal Opportunity Lender. Open a checking account now and score 4 tickets to a local high school sports event. Call for details.
The second quarter is brought to you by the Cash Dollar team at Confluence Financial Partners. 2 firms united to serve you. Visit us at confluencefp.com.
Welcome back to Hickory High School. Along with Chris Burtch, Ryan Briggs with you tonight on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook Live. Glad we could bring you this one tonight here from Hickory. Homecoming night for the Hornets, and Hickory, it's going to be a happy homecoming weekend in Hermitage. Hornets in command here as we are still in the second quarter.
Levi to receive.
Darrow will kick off, and Levi Toth deep for Grove City inside the 10-yard line. Kick is a short one. It's going to bounce at the 20, fielded on the hop at the 17 by Toth. Toth upfield. He'll be upended at the 24-yard line as downfield for Hickory to make the tackle was Mercer Garlock, junior running back receiver. Grove City will put it in play at the 24-yard line. 2:42 to go in the half. Eagles do have 2 timeouts at their disposal. Eagles in the white jerseys, white pants, Vegas gold numbers and letters outlined in black, white helmets, Hickory black tops, black pants, white numbers and letters with a little bit of red shoulder striping, red and white stripes. Yes, definitely those. It's definitely a as we talked about earlier. The Hickory jersey really is sharp. It has kind of like all the right moves, mid '80s feel.
Yeah. Or the team that they played in the state semifinals in remember the Titans.
Timeout, Grove City. That'll leave the Eagles with 1. We never run out of timeouts. We'll take a break. Come back with more second quarter action after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
Did you know that Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test? That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers
What happened there? We are back here at Hickory High School. Grove City taking the timeout. Eagles have 1 timeout left, 2:42 to go in the first half. Clayton Martin motions from right to left. Ball's on the near right hash mark. And the give will go to Bubenheim. Bubenheim dodges one man but cannot escape the cavalry in the backfield as in on the tackle is Logan Byerly, sophomore defensive lineman for Hickory. It's going to be a loss of about a yard for Bubenheim. It will be second down and long upcoming as we approach the 2-minute mark here at Hickory High School.
Yeah, see what, again, you just see Grove City trying to piece something together to having trouble, kind of getting anything that has worked with any kind of consistency.
Eagles in the red in terms of total yardage here in the first half. We'll, of course, have all the first half numbers coming up at the intermission. McCready will give it to Bubenheim. Bubenheim winding over the right side, heads upfield to the 30. Bubenheim lowers the shoulder. He's out close to the 35-yard line. Brought down by Brody Bishop, but Bubenheim with a nice run to the 35, and Grove City has its initial first down of the night.
Yeah, good, really good blocking up front, and then he got into that linebacking core and made the cut back. And maybe was that the longest play of the game so far for Grove City? So good job by Bubenheim.
Bubenheim picks up a dozen. First down and 10 at the 35-yard line. 1:20 to go in the half. Eagles still with a timeout. McCready gives it to Bubenheim again, hesitates, squirts through a little bit of a hole, gets back to the line of scrimmage and falls forward to perhaps the 36-yard line. Shakur in there. We see Michael Reardon finishing him off, however. And will be 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Okay.
And Grove City has made a change at quarterback. We heard Mike Joanno, the public address announcer, and that is Charlie Miller, freshman in.
Okay.
So the Eagles going a little deeper in the depth chart at quarterback. 2nd and 9. Give is to Bubenheim. And he's going to get back to the 35, a short loss on the play. Andrew Miller, the sophomore who started at linebacker last week with Borowitz out for Hickory, he's in on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down, and Grove City does not have to run a play. It'll be 3rd and 9 officially at the 36-yard line. As time winds down on a dominant first half for the Hickory Hornets. And we will go to the intermission here at Hickory High School. Hickory on its way to win number 7. Hickory in command 63-0 at the break. Chris and I will come back with a first half recap of the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update, all that and much, much more here on Sports Radio 96.7.
Fantastic. I know your kitchen rules. I'm really inspired. Ooh, you inspired enough to make dessert? As a matter of fact. Is it chocolate? Oh, it's chocolate. I love you. Get inspiration with a brand new kitchen from Warner's Homes and Improvements. Big brand new kitchen. Direct from manufacturers using top quality materials with low shortcuts. The latest in style and functionality for a fair price. Inspired from Warner's Homes and Improvements on Route 19 in Mercer or online at warnersconstruction.com.
Agriculture is more than a business. It's a way of life. My bank understands agriculture. They're local. They're here for the long haul. Agriculture is a business that varies like the weather. That's why I need a financial partner I can grow with, in good times and bad, weather or not. Mercer County State Bank, member FDIC, your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
Are you or a loved one looking for a senior living residence offering independent living and personal care? Then the Hermitage at St. Paul's Senior Living Community in Greenville is right for you. The Hermitage offers private apartments that provide the comforts of home with as little or as much personal care as you need. St. Paul's makes it easy to feel at home. Call 724-588-7610 or visit stpauls1867.org today for more information or to schedule a tour.
The halftime show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
Are back here at Hickory High School. Ryan Briggs, Chris Burtch with you. It is halftime, and it has been all Hickory, Chris. Yeah, 63-0 at the break. The Hornets, obviously the scoreboard indicates, the stat sheet does as well. And the Hickory Hornets have really just been, just on point.
Yeah, I mean, almost with the exception of the 10+ penalties that you're going to talk about, when you go over the halftime stats, they've executed just about every play, right? They've almost every play has been a big gainer. And, you couple that with the fact that they've had all these short fields because Grove City has been punting from the, their own end zone or inside their 20. And, it's just kind of been almost like a night of perfection for the Hickory offense and the Hickory defense just not allowing Grove City to get anything going.
Scoring recap in this one. Hickory scoring early on, first drive of the game. Jaden Phillips, 29-yard touchdown catch from Xander Tellez. Logan Stanford with the first of his 7 extra points made it 7-0. Kelvin Morrison, 42-yard run at 8:41 of the first quarter. And then Sebastian Bromley, 30-yard touchdown catch from Xander Tellez at the 7:32 mark. Each of those touchdown drives, one play. Hickory had a 21-0 lead. Phillips, 26-yard touchdown catch from Tellez at 3:56 of the first quarter. And then with 1:35 to go in the opening quarter, Tellez threw a screen pass to Sebastian Bromley. He lateraled it to offensive tackle Spencer Lee. Lee scores from 7 yards out to make it 35-0. In the second quarter, Kelvin Morrison with touchdown runs of 3, 44, and 32 yards. Stanford with the PAT after all of those. And then with 2:46 to go in the half, Christian Dungy, a 1-yard plunge into the end zone. Callum Darrow with the extra point. And that is our halftime score. When we come back, we'll have the first half numbers, stats, team, and individual. And Chris will have the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. Homecoming here at Hickory. Hornets on top on Sports Radio 96.7.
Oh, well, I know just the place to go.
I got my life.
Oh, yeah.
When? Wait, what about drinks?
Well, it's a bar and grill, so yeah, you're covered.
Win-win.
Speaking, they've got gaming too, so you can
Win-win-win.
Come sit down for a great meal, a great drink, a great time, or all three. Bay's Pub and Grill. What you want, so come by for good eats, cold drinks, and the latest ways to win. Bay's Pub and Grill, East State Street, Hermitage.
Hello, Shell Restoration. May I help you? Hello?
Oh, I was waiting for the beep. Or the part that tells me what button to press?
Nope. I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all day to try and compare prices on my roof.
Well, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour and be at your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Wow, that's service.
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Call today for a free estimate. 800-663-8103. Look for Shell Restoration on Facebook.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Call Reinhardt's Insurance, 724-342-2291. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid, up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
In 1973, Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. And they still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also has burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Lock, Stock, and Barrel is also a full-service deli. Party rings, meat and cheese trays, and cold veggie trays are all available. Open Tuesday through Saturday. Closed Sundays and Mondays.
The halftime show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
Welcome back. Excuse me. Pepperoni roll is good, but I got a crumb, Chris.
Yeah.
Halftime here at Hickory, the Grove City High marching band on the field entertaining this fine crowd tonight in Hermitage. Looking at some team numbers in the first half. Hickory, 277 rushing yards, 119 passing yards. Hickory, 396 yards on 27 plays, an average of 14.7 yards per play. Hickory, 11 first downs. Grove City, 9 rushing yards in the first half. Eagles, overall 9 total yards on 29 plays, 1 first down for the Eagles. Individually for Hickory, quarterback Xander Tellez, 507, 103 yards, 4 touchdowns. Christian Dungy, 1 of 1 for 16 yards. Jaden Phillips, 2 catches for 55 yards and 2 scores. Sebastian Bromley, 2 catches, 29 yards and a touchdown. Bobby Maynor, a 16-yard catch. Kelvin Morrison, a 12-yard catch. Spencer Lee technically does not have a reception, but he has a receiving touchdown. He caught the lateral
from
Bromley. So he has 7 receiving yards, but no receptions, but he does have a touchdown. That's
an anomaly.
Yes, one of the more unusual stat lines of the season. Kelvin Morrison, this is not unusual for him. 11 carries, 169 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Telez, 4 carries, 70 yards. Jamal Calhoun, 3 carries, 37 yards. Dungy ran once, scored on a 1-yard plunge. For Grove City, quarterback Lucas McCready, 0 for 6. Terrell Richardson Hazley, who left the game on a stretcher in the first quarter. He carried the ball 6 times for 11 yards, was actually injured on defense.
Yeah.
And we certainly send our thoughts to Terrell, and hopefully that he will be back soon. But he was injured and down for a while before being taken away. But Hazley getting the start at running back tonight, 6 carries, 11 yards. Carl Bubenheim, 7 carries, 9 yards. Keith Vandergrift, 3 carries for 5 yards. Penalties, there have been plenty of them. Hickory, 11 flags, 105 yards. Grove City, 9 penalties for 55 yards. Hickory, 2 for 2 on 3rd down. Grove City, 0 for 8. Hickory with the lead. Chris, I know you have some scores for us.
Yeah.
It's time for the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel in Sharpsville. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Chris, I know a lot of the games have probably progressed into the second half, so you'll have plenty to entertain us with.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, a lot of good games going on around the district. The Farrell Steelers in the game over on 790 WPIC. Farrell scored back-to-back touchdowns to take a 2-score lead. They're up 28 to 14 on Sharpsville. Titusville all over Slippery Rock, 36 to nothing. So the Rockets, obviously ran into this juggernaut last week as Hickory came up to their place and got a big win. But they're a good team, and they're showing it again tonight. Sharon all over Conneaut, 55 to nothing. Wilmington, 35 to nothing on Mercer. So the Greyhounds seem to be getting better and better. Greenville is up 28 to nothing on Sagertown. And let's see a few of the northern scores. Fort LaBeouf up 20 to nothing on Harbor Creek. Quarry, man, they must be good. They're up 27 to 7 on Fairview.
They beat Titusville.
Yeah, I mean Quarry's good. Northeast is up 14 to nothing on Girard. Eisenhower jumped up all over Franklin, but now Franklin has come back and made that a game as the Knights came back on Eisenhower, and Eisenhower still leads, but not by that much. Eisenhower 21, Franklin 20. Greenville now up 35 to nothing on Sagertown. Northeast now up 21 to 7 on Girard. Austintown Fitch out of Ohio, they're up 21 to 17 on McDowell. Corey scores again. It's 27 to 7 now. Corey is up on Fairview. So yeah, a couple games already in the books for local teams. Briggsy, Lakeview, all over Cochranton in a big bounce back win for the Sailors. They beat Cochranton 55 to 14. Last night, a good game against two good teams. General McLean beat Meadville 35 to 27. Oil City Warren will renew their rivalry tomorrow. Union City Sheffield, they will renew their rivalry tomorrow. And Kennedy Reynolds is also tomorrow. So
the Kennedy Reynolds, of course, in Region 1, they will play tomorrow afternoon. And that Union City Sheffield game is also a matinee in Warren County. And then Oil City and Warren playing at night at War Memorial Stadium. Yeah. So if you want to jump in the car, I guess you can catch a split-site doubleheader up there tomorrow. But
that's right.
So that's that. Chris, thank you. Good job with the updates there. The Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel in Sharpsville. Open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. They have a full deli, a wider range of submarine sandwiches, other items, breakfast there. Pennsylvania Lottery. Wow. That's Lock, Stock, and Barrel in Sharpsville. Don't forget, after the game, we'll have the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. And then it will be back to the studio for the Warner's Homes and Improvements fifth quarter scoreboard show with Aaron, Darren, and Art. Aaron Biro, Darren Steele, and Art Shannon. They'll be with you until 11 o'clock tonight and taking your phone calls, discussing tonight's games, and looking ahead to tomorrow as well as next week. Chris, Week 8 already. Regular league play wraps up next week.
I can't believe it. Right. Yeah, the combination of the weather and just some of the, how late some of the region stuff got going is it really had the feel of early season deep into this season, right? Week 6 really still felt like the early season, and now finally getting a little bit of cool weather out there. And but yeah, week 8, wow, hard to believe.
Grove City will conclude the regular season at Conneaut next week. Hickory will wrap up the regular season at Slippery Rock next week. Neither team has a Week 10 game schedule. There are some Week 10 games. However, those stay on the schedule, we don't know. Hopefully they all do.
Right.
But that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Sharon, the other Region 4 teams, Sharon hosting Titusville next week. The Tigers look like they will look to close out the outright region title. But, the Titusville could certainly forge a three-way tie with a win. And then, if Hickory, of course, Hickory certainly would be favored at Slippery Rock next week. But still a lot to be decided in terms of playoff seeding.
Right.
Grove City, right now, probably needs a win, to perhaps get an invite into what we believe would be an 8-team field.
Right.
But you talked about Region 5 up north.
Yeah.
Fort LaBeouf has a win over Grove City, has a win over Farrell as well.
Too, yeah.
Corey beat Titusville.
Right. Yeah.
Fairview's a quality team. I think certainly Sharon Hickory are the two favorites, but those teams up north, certainly, as well as Titusville, they are good enough that on a given night, if you have a Hickory like tonight, a lot of penalties or so forth, those teams are good enough. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just going to be a walk in the park.
Well, that's and usually, again, this is I'm speaking very generally here, but usually we're used to 4 Mercer County teams getting into this size school playoffs, and all 4 teams win. Whereas, all of a sudden Titusville is down here with us in the South, right? They're very likely to make the playoffs. And then, there's some really good teams up north. So, Hickory and Sharon are the class of the classification, if you will. But these teams are good, and it's not just going to kind of be an automatic thing in this first round, I don't think.
And that'll be determined in a couple of weeks. Regular season concluding on October 25th and 26th. There's one Saturday night game this year in Week 10. Sharpsville hosting Punxsutawney.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The Chucks coming to the Ville.
Yeah, that's right. That's remember Coach Pick talking about that is. Well, hopefully that's senior night. He told me so. Yeah, that'd be a. I always like when somebody kind of very different comes and plays one of our teams, or we go out there.
There'll be a number of course, this week Union City and Sheffield. That's a District 10 versus 9 game. Week 10 also Reynolds is hosting Union AC Valley. The Falcon Knights coming to town.
Okay, all right.
So that'll be ongoing. Lakeview's playing Franklin in Week 10. Mercer Slippery Rock. Play.
Yeah, that'll
week
be
10.
That's a fun game. Yeah.
Old Tri-County League rivalry going way back.
Yep.
So that's upcoming in a couple of weeks. And next week, of course, Week 9, as teams are fighting for league titles and playoff positioning or getting into the playoffs or maybe playing for a winning season. Certainly a lot going on. Homecoming ongoing here at Hickory High School tonight. Hornets are in command here at the intermission against Grove City. After the game, it's the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. We will take a break, and we'll come back with more from Hickory High School after this on Sports Radio 96.7.
And now for your 2024.
From high-catching designs to professional printing, Hermitage, Minuteman Press are your local experts. Boost your brand with stunning business cards, brochures, banners, apparel, and more. The Hermitage Minuteman Press team ensures top-quality results with lightning-fast turnaround. Plus, their marketing solutions will take you to the next level. Elevate your image and stand out from the competition. Experience and marketing at Minuteman Press today. Minuteman Press. East State Street in Hermitage. Online at hermitage.minutemanpress.com. Follow them on Facebook. Mention this ad and receive 10% off your first order.
Before considering investing in a variable annuity, you may want to make sure that you're exhausting the contribution limits of your 401k, IRA, or other qualified retirement plan. In the end, variable annuities are really a value judgment. Call David O. Cashdollar, CFP, Timothy D. Cashdollar, CRC, and Eric W. Montgomery, CFP, to evaluate whether a variable annuity suits your objective at 724-458-50 5233, or stop in at 115 Erie Street, Grove City, Pennsylvania 16127. Registered representatives offering securities through Cetera Advisor Networks LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, Dave Bashtaller and Eric Montgomery also offer advisory services through Cetera Advisor Networks LLC. A registered investment advisor, Cashtaller Associates LLC is not a subsidiary nor controlled by Cetera Advisor Networks. There is a surrender charge and costs generally during the first 5 to 7 years that you own the contract. Withdrawals prior to age 59 and a half may result in a 10% IRS tax penalty, in addition to any ordinary income tax. The guarantee of the annuity is backed by the financial strength of the underlying insurance company. Investment qualifying values will fluctuate with changes in market interest rate.
Windshield wipers care. You heard correct. Logo. Windshield wipers with any of our no-need full-service oil change through the end of the year. So get ready for a whole hand winter today before the year arrives. Logo windshield wipers sell through December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change if you come to us for the experience.
The Halftime Show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
We are back here at Hickory High School. Ryan Briggs, Chris Burtch with you. As the teams have returned to the field, they are getting ready to start the second half. The 3 minutes for the warm-ups, etc., has not started yet. In fact, the halftime clock's still winding down. Update, Art Shannon back in the studio passing on to us. 40-7, Hickory has extended the lead.
Wow. Yeah.
So the Hickory Beavers
they
having a big year. And they were just a goal line. They were stuffed at the goal line early in the season against Fort LaBeouf. They would be, certainly they would be in firm control up there. But Hickory having a very fine season up there.
So are both Hickory and Fort LaBeouf 3A?
Yes.
Okay. So we know there's two good teams up there.
Oh, and Fairview's no picnic.
Okay, right. Yeah. So yeah.
Then Eisenhower leading Franklin 21-20. Is that the update you had?
That was the update I had. Yep.
So didn't want to didn't want to.
I got a 21-14 update on that game earlier, and then later it was a 21-0, and then it was 21-20. I think the 21-0 was inadvertent or by mistake because I think it was 21-14. Franklin scored, missed the extra point.
Well, now it's 27-20.
Okay.
So Eisenhower leading Franklin 27-20. Greenville leading Sagertown 35-7.
How about the season Greenville's having?
What a great year!
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Going for its seventh straight win.
Yep.
Trojans, they would, they're probably looking at being the number 2 seed in the 1A playoffs. Right. Losing to Wilmington in week 1.
Yeah.
Wilmington will be presumably the top 1A team out of Region 1, but you have Wilmington and then Greenville. Probably certainly Cambridge Springs would be in there as a number 3. Eisenhower's 1A. They're going to factor in there somewhere also.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of that team that nobody's going to want to play. Reynolds as well, Lakeview. That 1A is, I think, certainly Wilmington and Greenville separated themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
But that will be quite the derby.
Yeah.
In
1A. And again, like you said, there's a lot of depth in that tournament potentially, but I also think the winner, if Wilmington or Greenville get out of there, if there's not an upset, and one of those two teams gets out of that tournament and into the state playoffs, that could be one of the local teams that goes a long way into the state tournament. I mean, there's a lot of football, of course, but it just you look at the 1A field statewide, those two teams are right there.
Yeah, certainly, of course, Fort Cherry and Bishop Canevin are the two teams in the Pittsburgh area in 1A. In District 9, Red Bank Valley seems to be down a little bit this year. And, then, of course, District 6, you can never – although I believe 5 and 6 are through the East this year in 1A.
Right.
So it would be certainly going to be a lot of fun to keep an eye on that. Then 2A, Farrell leading Sharpsville tonight. Steelers, they're the favorites in 2A. And, of course, whoever comes out of 3A in District 10 is going to be a handful.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've had multiple teams, take us into December, but it could possibly be that way this year.
Hickory last year state semifinalists. Of course, falling to eventual state champs Bell Vernon. Bell Vernon won't have to worry about them. They're in 4A this year.
Yeah, that's good. Good job, but good riddance.
But that's, of course, down the road. Tonight, we have another half of football about to begin, and it will be Hickory kicking off, and I think there's some discussion as which way the Hornets are going to go. One of the assistant coaches is talking to Callum Dara down there, and I think kind of giving some ribbing about which way he's going. So we'll be Hickory kicking off, going left to right. You're listening to Sports Radio 96.7 WLLF Mercer Hermitage, a Cumulus media station. Now the Hickory guys are moving up towards the 40. I think they're even confused by the large H logo here. I mean, the way the H, it looks like almost like two giant eyes.
Right.
The letter I.
Right. Yeah.
With
like
in the
like
middle.
Illinois, the Illinois State.
Yeah. So when you see that I, or like the old Indiana helmet, you immediately think, oh, that's the 50. No, it's the 40.
Right. Yeah.
So, but I think we've done a pretty good job of not being tripped up by that tonight. It will be Dara to kick off. Likely the next in line of the great succession of place kickers they've had at Hickory. And Logan Stanford having a very fine senior year this year. His first year as the guy. Dara's kick is angled far side, hits the 25. It'll check up and be fielded by the return man on 24.
Get this.
Out of the open to the 40. To the 30. It's going to go all the way for the touchdown. 76 yards for Grove City.
Wow. He just got one block, cut it back, and went the whole way.
It was Peyton Miller on the run back on the far side. Miller goes 76 yards for the touchdown. So Grove City, after a tough first half, gets a 76-yard run back. We had to hesitate on the call because on the far side, and we couldn't see the jersey number. We're not going
and like you said,
we're not going to try and fool anyone. But Peyton Miller, 76 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, what a great job. Little cutback, one good block, got down the sideline, and then just out sprinted everyone into the end zone. So. Yeah, great job by Peyton Miller. And again, these are the kind of things that, we heard Coach Mowry talk about it in the pregame interview today. He said, hey, you watch the film and you're looking at the minutia of the game, trying to pick out things that you're pleased with after a lopsided loss. So there you go. There's something.
And Grove City will go for two. Of course, the starting kicker, Jonas Stucchio, out tonight. And gives Charlie Miller a chance to run an offensive play from the quarterback spot. And he will give it to Bubenheim, who gets close to the goal line and did not get in. Brody Bishop there to chop him down. And the conversion fails. But Grove City gets on the board. Peyton Miller, 76-yard kick return. We have 11 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Grove City on the board. Hickory in command. You're listening to Sports Radio 96.7.
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm different.
Okay, are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I talked to my agent. I looked at things.
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Regular insurance is local. Regular insurance rates where you do it. We'll give you the coverage you need and nothing you don't. A fair price, and they are always willing to talk. Regular Insurance in Sharpsville or at RegulaRinsurance.com. A Linehart's agency incorporated affiliate. The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Peyton Miller gets Grove City on the board with a 76-yard kick return. But now the Eagles will kick off.
Yeah.
Lucas Kelly to handle that. 10 seconds into the second half.
Yeah, obviously Grove City's first kickoff since the opening kickoff, and
They went with the onside kick and nearly came up with it. Hickory, of course, recovered and then went down and scored. But you start wondering, think, what if Grove City had been able to pounce on that loose ball?
Right. Yeah.
Again, the thing certainly snowballed, and Hickory an outstanding team. But you might have maybe just delay the inevitable.
Exactly.
But you never know.
Right, and that's what you play a team of this caliber. You're trying to find something, right, to keep you in the game as long as you can. And it certainly could have been different.
Kelly to kick off. And sends a worm burner down the near hash mark. Bounces, and it's going to go back inside the 15. Picked up at the 11-yard line. And Jamarian Husband is drilled back inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. So Hickory, for the first time tonight, will have a long field in front of it. With 11:43 to go in the third quarter.
Right. Yeah, Grove City scoring a kickoff. A kickoff return, and now flips the field. So again, it's going to be too much of a deficit to come back from for this game, but there's all kinds of things you can take here, right? And
there are a lot of young guys for Grove City out there, and for Hickory too, as they've started to sprinkle in some backups. A lot of young guys getting valuable experience on a Friday night in front of a big crowd and bright lights.
Yep.
Christian Dungy in at quarterback, and a touchdown run late in the second quarter. And he will give it to Brody Bishop. Bishop into the middle of the line, breaks one tackle. Bishop keeps the legs turning, gets out to the 25-yard line. Bishop, a tough run. Bishop, a good wrestler for the Hickory program. You can see that just his balance there.
Yeah, good balance, good upper body strength, just kind of ripping through some tackles up high.
So it'll be 2nd down and 2 after Brody Bishop's 8-yard gain. That puts Hickory over 400 yards on the night, 404 for the Hornets. They came in as the area's #1 total offense and not hurt that figure. Tyler Wilcox motions from slot right to the left to the wide side of the field, and Dungy will keep it this time. Dungy trying to get outside the numbers. He does. Dungy to the 35, and he will be nudged out of bounds. Coming over for Grove City in the neighborhood is Zach Matheson. Dungy will pick up 9 on the carry. And certainly, for head coach Bill Dungy, it's an interesting situation. You want to get your backup quarterback some work, certainly.
Right.
He's also a starter on safety on defense, so it's a kind of trying to thread the proverbial needle.
Yep. I had that exact thought kind of waft through my head a little bit. Some of these second-team guys are first-teamers on defense, and yeah.
1st and 10, Dungy will pitch it to Bishop over the left side. Brody Bishop upfield to the 35. Bishop to the 40. Bishop runs over another man. He'll pick up another 1st down. Brody Bishop will net a dozen. Bishop, who was a candidate to get some carries earlier in the season, but that's a tough backfield to break through with Morrison and Calhoun. But Brody Bishop, he would be the feature back for a lot of teams.
Right. You remember a couple of years ago, speaking of that Eli Anderson was, one of the prime targets for William Mokel for Slippery Rock, and he got hurt playing quarterback in the JV game, that kind of hurt Slippery Rock there. So that's the kind of thing you worry about, right? When your backup quarterback or your JV quarterback is a starter at a different position.
Dungy will shovel it forward. Coming around, it's Cavante Miller. Miller with a little bit of running room around the right side, and he'll be brought down at the midfield line. As in on the tackle for Grove City is Tanner Mung. Dungy on the shovel pass forward will get it to Cavante Miller, and he picks up 5 to the midfield line. Cavante Miller. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Miller 6'1", 200. I thought, man, he looks awfully big, for a number 14 on a jet sweep there or a pitch, but no, he is big. He doesn't just look big; he is big.
It's kind of like you look at the NFL. You have DK Metcalf or George Pickens, where at 14, they're not little guys either. And Cavante Miller, the junior. Tamarion Whitehead in at tight end for Hickory. He lines up on the near side. And the fake the toss, and the handoff is to Bishop on a delay, and this time Brody Bishop is going to be brought down for no gain. Mung in there on the stop, along with, it's like Nate Parenti in for Grove City. Flag comes in at the end of the play. We went almost 4 minutes without a penalty in the third quarter after 20 first-half penalties.
I know.
Was there a face mask, perhaps?
Yeah. It was in that area. Yeah, and you could see the face. Yeah, I grabbed the back with the face mask. Yep.
Personal foul face mask. It'll go from the end of the run, so it's a loss of 1, but add on 15.
Right.
Grove City's 10th flag of the night, and it will give Hickory a 1st down in Grove City territory at the 36-yard line.
That's another one too. You look at the time and score, and you think, why would an official throw a flag? Well, face mask is.
Well, it's a safety thing, and also the officials are evaluated on all 4 quarters.
Correct.
Right.
They're not worried about the score.
Yeah. Which is good officiating.
Yes.
And like we said, there have been a lot of penalties, but there have been very few that have been, if any, that would be classified as ticky-tack.
Right.
Dungy back the pass, throwing the ball downfield, looking for Pedersen, who's behind the defense, but incomplete. Merlin Peterson getting behind the defense, but going a little bit too hot downfield. 2nd and 10, and
good to see Dungy's arm though. Wow. Yeah, that's the first time we've seen him kind of let it rip, and He's got it.
He certainly does.
Yeah.
Let that one fly, but it lands incomplete. It will be 2nd and 10 at the Grove City 36-yard line as we have 7:18 to go in this third quarter. Grove City the only points of the second half on the Peyton Miller kick return of 76 yards. That was the opening kick run back. Whitehead is a wing to the left, 2 receivers left as well for Dungy. Bishop to his right, and the give is to Brody Bishop. Bishop hits the line, now cuts upfield. Bishop to the 30, keeps the legs moving, and Brody Bishop will be close to the first down marker. Looks like he'll be about half a yard short for Brody Bishop. 4 carries for 27 yards.
Just unbelievable, gap speed. All of these Hickory backs have it. They just, they get to the extra level, right? They get by the line of scrimmage, and you think a linebacker will get them, and no, they're right into the secondary in a second.
3rd and about 2 feet for Hickory for the first down. Pedersen is wide to the right. Dungy in the shotgun, fakes the handoff. He will keep it. He's in some trouble. Dungy giving ground, now reversing his route. Rolling left, looking. He's going to throw it downfield. Has a man diving, catch it. He make it. Yes, he
did. It. Yeah, they gave it to him.
And it's Marzer Gardlock down making the catch. I'm surprised that they did not flag them for having a man downfield. There was a lineman about 7 yards down the field. I don't.
Yeah.
But the completion to Garlock takes the ball to the 15, pickup of 12. And the Hornets have returned to the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville. 1st and 10 now at the 15-yard line. The 15th first down of the night for Hickory.
Yeah, we've seen Dungy. The arm, when he lets it loose, he's got a cannon. And in that time, the ability to throw the football accurately on the run on display right there.
Whitehead in motion from left to right. Dungy rolling right, throwing it into the end zone. And now actually it's going to be caught just outside the end zone at the 2-yard line as Tyler Wilcox came back and caught an underthrown ball. It'll be 1st and goal to 2.
Yeah.
Wilcox was open in the end zone, but he'll get 13 and 1st and goal to 2.
Yeah, had to come back and get it. And, I think, Briggsy, certainly you look at Dungy kind of down the road here. That's going to be what's going to make him, kind of a difficult player to prepare for. His ability to run, but also his ability to throw on the run.
1st and goal at the 2. Whitehead motions from left to right. Quick pitch to Bishop over the right side. Brody Bishop is in for the touchdown. Brody Bishop caps a 10-play, 83-yard drive with a 2-yard touchdown run. A flag thrown at the end of the play. The flag is back at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, just John.
Flag on the
and the officials will get together and we will see what penalty or penalties there will be.
Yeah. It's that fine line. You see a game of this lopsided score, you got to almost be maybe a little bit more on top of that stuff. It was just a little kind of shove in the back by the Hickory player to the Grove City player, and then the Grove City player kind of exaggerated talking about it. That might be one where if you're the official, you say, shut up and get out of here. But instead, the penalty was thrown. The flag was thrown.
Well, we'll see. Or if it's unsportsmanlike on both, that's also it's going to go unsportsmanlike on Hickory.
Yeah,
dead ball unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's the right call. Yep.
And in that case, because unsportsmanlike, if you get 2, you're done.
Yeah.
So they have to
right.
log those.
Right.
And so the penalties offset. They cancel each other out, but a couple of guys will have a little tally mark next to their name.
That's right. It's just you've got to control the emotions. Both guys guilty of that.
Dara will attempt the extra point. Dungy to hold once we resume action with 4:39 to go in the third. The PAT forthcoming. Snap is over everybody's head. It goes back to the 22. Dungy picks it up, and then he's going to be tackled back at the 35-yard line, so the conversion fails. But Hickory extends the lead with 4:39 to go in the third. We'll be back with more after this from Hickory High School on Sports Radio 96.7.
Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test. That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
The Hickory kickoff unit returns to the field, getting ready to kick off with 4:39 to go in the third quarter. Hickory in command here on homecoming against Grove City. Ryan Briggs and Chris Burtch with you. Bryce Carroll, he's out on the platform running the video camera for us tonight on our Facebook 96.7 video. Art Shannon back in the studio producing our game. Callum Darrah will kick off for the Hornets. Peyton Miller, one of the deep men for Grove City, had a 76-yard run back on his last kick, or his last return. That started the third quarter. Darrah sends a kick downfield. It's going to hit and be fielded at the 20-yard line. And this time the return man, that was
Kavanaugh. Okay.
Owen Kavanaugh on the tackle.
It was Kavanaugh on the tackle.
Yeah.
And the Grove City return is a short one out to the 28-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will put it in play with 4:18 to go. Chris, any updates for us? How about this? You give us, how about after this play?
All right.
So we will tease some updates here. Grove City is moving right to left here in the third quarter towards the scoreboard. That's the north end here at Hickory. Charlie Miller at quarterback. And the handoff out to the 30-yard line. And I believe that was Bubenheim again on the carry. You tell Bubenheim with the gold shoes out there.
Yeah.
Logan Byerly on the stop. Gain of 3 for Bubenheim. Bubenheim, a dozen yards tonight. Doing the bulk of the work of the last quarter and a half. And the give it again to Bubenheim, and this time he's going to be dropped for a short loss back at the 30-yard line as the Hickory defense came through. As we see, Tamarian Whitehead, we talked about him playing tight end, also playing on the defensive line for the Hornets. Loss of 2 will be 3rd and 9 now. Back at the 29. Grove City 0 for 8 on 3rd down tonight. As we have 3 minutes to go, Chris will have an update for us here.
Yeah.
We promised it, so we have to deliver. Give the Bubenheim again up the gut to the 33-yard line. And it will be 4th down and 5. Chris, you have a couple of updates for us.
The other two games with running clocks are finals. Sharon is up 163-7 over Conneaut. Wilmington 149-8 over Mercer. They've already turned the lights off there. Greenville is up 35-7 on Sagertown. Ike still up 27 to 20 on Franklin. Benedictine all over Cathedral Prep 35-14.
4th and 5. Grove City will go for it. Give it to Bubenheim, trying to get outside, and he will be cut down on the near side as got up to the 35, but it's Marzer Garlock coming up from his safety spot to bring him down, and Grove City will turn it over on downs with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Chris,
No, it's okay. Yeah,
I think we were expecting a punt, and we didn't get it, so Hickory will take over at the 34 of Grove City.
Yeah, Farrell is starting to kind of assert themselves in that game across town against Sharpsville as Farrell's now up 34-14. The third quarter just ended there.
And here, Hickory in command against Grove City. New quarterback in for the Hornets. It's Ty Tarosky, the freshman.
Yeah, good move. We saw Dungy kind of shaking up there on the bad snap tackle, so get him out.
And the give is to Brody Bishop. Hesitates and now hits the hole. Bishop to the 30. Bishop keeps the legs churning. And he'll get out to about the 27-yard line. Brody Bishop getting his chance on a Friday night here. And certainly if Hickory is in a case where something happens to a Morrison or Calhoun. Brody Bishop, he is more than capable of doing a very good job at the running back position.
That was a big time. That was a varsity jump cut right there. That's for sure on that run. So, yeah.
Ball at the 27-yard line. Pickup of 7. Bishop tonight, now 6 carries, 36 yards along with a touchdown. So we're under 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Hornets break the huddle, 7 on the play clock. Cavante Miller wide left. Kevin Swartz slot right. And Tarosky will throw it underneath. It's caught by Whitehead, the tight end. Whitehead rumbling downfield, and he'll be brought out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So Tamarian Whitehead.
Pass complete.
We're in number 85. That's a pretty good tight end number there.
Yeah.
And Whitehead, nice catch, and able to take it upfield across the 25 to the 23 and get the first down.
Yeah.
Well, Tarosky with the completion.
Yeah,
is
nice.
That may be the final play of the quarter. Hickory does not have to run one, but we'll see. Hornets come to the line. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. And that will be, indeed, the final play of quarter number 3. Hickory, Hornets are on their way to win number 7. We'll come back with the fourth quarter, 69-6. Hornets lead Grove City on Sports Radio 96.7 and Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook.
There's football season. Around here, football is more than a sport. It's a way of life. Take in a game. Support our teams. It's the best entertainment in town.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
12 minutes on the clock. Teams change ends. As we get ready for the start of the fourth quarter, Hickory will have first down and 10 at the Grove City 23-yard line, along with Chris Burtch. Ryan Briggs with you tonight in Hermitage at Hornet Stadium. Hickory, new set of downs upcoming after recording its 17th first down of the night. Hornets, black tops, black pants, white numbers and letters, white and red trim. Grove City, white tops, white bottoms, old gold numbers and letters, black trim. Whitehead motions from right to left. Ty Tarosky, the third quarterback of the night for Hickory. And he will pitch it to Garlock on a shovel, trying to get around left end. Garlock hesitates, and he will spin and get down to about the 21-yard line, and a flag thrown at the end of the play.
Yeah, Garlock just kind of getting up there to turn the corner. I don't know what the
Came in from the back judge at the end of the play, perhaps a hold downfield. As it stands, it would be a short gain. But we'll see what the penalty is, and it is on Hickory as referee George Snyder checks with the Grove City sideline across the way. And it's going to be marked off from the end of the run, it would appear. And it is holding, so that will set the Hornets back 10 from the end of the run. It'll be 1st and 18 now. So we had 1st and 17 and 1st and 19 in the first half, and now we get a 1st and 18 here to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we had a 1st and 5, and the penalty was on the offense. One time too, right in the first half, Hickory.
Yes, because they got 15 and a 10-yard penalty. So they had a 1st and 5, and a 1st and 7, and a 1st and 9 also.
Yeah, those are all things that.
I know that Corey J has it all logged on his sheet. Absolutely.
Get out the calculator on some of those.
1st and 18. The give is to Bishop on a sweep over the right side. Bishop cuts upfield to the 25 and down to the 22-yard line. So Bishop gets back the penalty yardage and then a few more. Parenti on the stop. 9-yard gain for Brody Bishop. So we have 11 and a half minutes to go in this one.
Yeah, big guy. I mean, think about, Hickory obviously needing to go to Slippery Rock and take care of business. Grove City, like you said earlier, perhaps fighting for their playoff life. That game against Cash, and they're dinged up, and Cash, that's not an automatic,
Snap to Tarosky. Tarosky around the left side. Tarosky upfield to the 15. Tarosky to the 10. Cuts back to his right. And Tarosky's going to be spun down near the 5-yard line. Ty Tarosky, I don't know if it was a broken play or not, but he certainly made something out of it. A pickup of 17. First and goal at the 5. The Hickory Hornets have returned to the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, 2 locations, in Mercer and in Meadville.
Yeah, Tarosky made a nice read there and found his way down the sideline and almost broke that, but Grove City able to make the touchdown-saving tackle.
Hornets break the huddle. They were about 15 yards away from the ball on the numbers. The ball's on the near hash, so Hornets maybe didn't realize they had gained so much yardage.
Yeah.
5 on the play clock. Tarosky in the pistol. Takes the handoff, and now he's looking. Jump pass, throws it up, and incomplete. Nearest man to it was the Grove City defender there, Charlie Miller. And perhaps they're not everybody on the same page. It will be 2nd down and 10.
Right.
Or 2nd and goal, excuse me, at the 5.
Yeah, that you said you didn't know if the last one was a broken play, but that one was definitely a broken play.
So now 2nd and goal at the 5. As the clock is at 9:40 to go in the 4th quarter. Just to let everybody know, our post game tonight, we'll have one quick break. We'll come back with a quick recap. Reinhardt's and Short's player of the game, lock, stock, and barrel play of the game. And then we will send it back to the studio for the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show. Tarosky will keep it on an option play around the right side, and Zach Matheson is going to bring him down. Ball comes out at the end of the play, but Tarosky down. Zach Matheson, who made a number of nice special teams plays this year for Grove City, making a play on defense there. A loss. Tarosky brought down back at the 11, and will be 3rd and goal now for the Hornets. So under 9 minutes to go in this one. Certainly thinking about our 2 post-game awards, Chris. We're going to have to put our heads together. A lot of candidates tonight.
Yeah. Just a absolute stat stuffer fest for the Hickory skill guys tonight, right?
And defensively, pretty nice night to say the least, too.
Yeah.
And time winding down the play clock, and Hickory will take a timeout. Well, the Hornets can't take it to the homecoming dance with them tomorrow night. So they'll take one here with 8:28 to go. Hickory will have 2 timeouts left. Grove City, 3 timeouts left. We will take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back. Hickory has 3rd and goal at the 11. More 4th quarter action from Hickory coming up next on Sports Radio 96.7.
Around here, football is more than a sport. It's a way of life. Take in a game. Support our teams. It's the best entertainment in town. Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank. The 4th quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
3rd and goal at the 11 for Hickory coming out of the timeout. Hornets working from the near left hash mark. Garlock motions from left to right. Low snap. Tarosky goes back to the 26 and picks it up. Throws it up into the towards the end zone. It's tipped and incomplete. Pedersen went up for it. Boy, did Merlin Pedersen get up for that one. Coverage downfield by Grove City player down there. But it'll be 4th down now and goal at the 11.
Yeah, they're making these plays interesting here.
Yes,
It's
they
a
are,
hard
yeah.
series. Yeah, that was
Yeah, we've had a cornucopia of things tonight. Of course, with Canadian Thanksgiving being Monday.
Wow, all right.
So, you get the old cornucopia, all that. You normally think of that imagery.
Yeah.
You can tell it's a lopsided game. We're mentioning cornucopias and Canadian Thanksgiving. 4th and goal at the 11. Tarosky out of the shotgun. Tarosky throwing it over the middle, incomplete. And Hickory will turn it over on downs. Grove City takes over with 7:32 to go in the ball game.
Yeah.
So perhaps a preview of the junior varsity game.
I was going to say, right. These guys are going to be all beat up and exhausted for their game tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll have a pretty good scouting report.
Yeah.
Both teams substituting rather liberally in the second half.
All right.
Grove City looking to get the right number of guys out there. There's 6, 7, 8, 9. I think the Eagles are short a guy, aren't they?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Snap to Miller, and he's going to throw it into the right flat, and it's going to be caught at the 15. Out to the 18-yard line, the Grove City pass catcher, and that is going to be Tanner Mung catching it from Miller. So, Eagles get 7 out to the 18-yard line.
Yeah.
Charlie Miller's first pass completion. First pass completion of the night for Grove City. Wow. So, Charlie Miller getting some work here. 2nd and 3. The give is to Hunter McElroy. McElroy, who picked up some carries last week, did a nice job in the fourth quarter of that game against Sharon. Finds some tough sledding on that carry.
Yeah.
Loses 3 back to the 15, and Grove City will face 3rd and 6 from its own 15 halfway through the fourth quarter.
On the previous play, tackle made by Deshaun Thompson and Merlin Peters.
Merlin Peterson, I may have called him Pedersen earlier, thinking of Marcus Pedersen, who wore 28 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Same spelling, but Merlin Peterson.
Yeah, cool
making
first
that
name,
tackle.
too.
Yes. You mentioned Alchemy earlier tonight.
Yeah, Alchemy, Merlin, yeah.
And timeout will be taken by Grove City. 5:37 to go. Each team with 2 timeouts at its disposal. And we will keep it here. And in the interest of time, we'll kind of start some of the post-game recap here. Jaden Phillips got the scoring going for Hickory in the first quarter. 29-yard touchdown catch from Logan Telez. Logan Stanford, the first of his 7 extra points, made it 7-0. 8:41 of the first quarter, Kelvin Morrison, a 42-yard run. 7:32 mark, Sebastian Bromley, 30-yard touchdown catch from Telez. That made it 21-0. Phillips, a 26-yard touchdown catch from Telez at 3:56, and then with 1:35 to go in the first quarter, Spencer Lee got a lateral from Bromley, who had caught the ball from Telez. Lee takes it in for the touchdown, made it 35-0 at the end of 1. Morrison, 3 touchdown runs in the second quarter. Christian Dungy, a 1-yard run. Grove City, Peyton Miller, 76-yard kickoff return to start the third. Brody Bishop, a 2-yard touchdown run on the third for Hickory. The conversion failed on each of the last 2 respective touchdowns. Now we resume action. 3rd and 6 for Grove City from the 15. Charlie Miller rolling left. On the move and incomplete. And they flag 2 flags down. 1 in the middle of the field and 1 on the far side. So perhaps maybe a hold and then pass interference.
Yeah, that was definitely pass interference out on the edge. As I mean, that's like the definition of it, right? You tackle someone before they catch the ball while they're on their way while they're waiting for the pass to get there.
Clock stop with 5:24 to go in the fourth. Hickory on top by a score of 69-6. Penalty is ineligible man downfield on Grove City. Pass interference on Hickory. So the penalties will offset, and we will replay 3rd down.
Okay.
The offsetting penalties, and 3rd and 6 once again at the 15-yard line. Grove City at Conneaut next week. Hickory at Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock Rockets. The thought will finish here in a moment as Mung motions from left to right. Snap, mishandled. Miller picks it up. He's in big trouble, and Charlie Miller is going to be snowed under back at about the 6-yard line. And it will be 4th down for the Eagles after that loss of 9. Slippery Rock playing 5 league games this year, 6-team league. So you're going to play 5. And because you have 2 on the road, 3 at home.
Right.
Slippery Rock's first 2 were on the road, the last 3 all at home in succession.
How about that? Yeah. Homecoming last week, Titusville this week, and then senior night next week at the Rock Stadium.
That's scheduling. I mean,
yeah, they can do better, right? I mean, that's to be plain about it.
Yes,
yeah,
that was my point.
Yeah, they can do better, right?
Snap and the punter, the punt fielded by Peterson at the Grove City 37. Merlin Peterson to the 20 and out of bounds far side.
Yeah.
So everybody goes down in a heap over by the first down chains.
Right. And when we mean they, we don't mean Slippery Rock. We mean the District 10 schedulers. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Merlin Peterson on the run back. He takes it back into the McCandless Ford red zone. Hickory will begin this drive at the 12-yard line with 3:45 to go. The punt was 21 yards. Hornets will come out with Tarosky at quarterback. Of course, Ty's dad is longtime Farrell girls basketball coach Ed Tarosky. And a low snap gets past young Tarosky. Goes back to the 29 and picks it up. And then he's going to be cut down back there.
Yeah.
There's Nate Perenni in there on the bad snap. Hickory will lose some yardage. Exit the McCandless Ford red zone. It will be second down and long for the Hornets back at the 29. Call it second and 27.
You know, I always say this. You know, sometimes when you get into lopsided scores like this, you know, you got like your first team usually practices together, gets reps. Second team practices together. Third team, if you have a third team, practices together. But what you have in a lot of these games is mixes, right? You got a couple of first team guys playing different positions, second team guys in there, third team guys. So the 11 on the field very rarely get any reps in a situation like this.
Continuity is not
right.
And now we're going to have a Hickory man sent off the field as apparently an equipment issue for Merlin Peterson. And now we have a stoppage, and clock stops with 2:19 to go. The second half that has moved at the speed of erosion.
Yeah, but it was a running clock.
With a running clock, yes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's going to be past your bedtime, Corey. We know you still have a curfew. Second and 27, snap field on a hop by Tarosky, and then he's going to run around left end and get a couple of yards. Parenti in on another stop.
Yeah, it was a nice little basketball move there made by Tarosky, speaking of his dad being a basketball coach.
The bounce pass usually isn't a point of emphasis in football, but Tarosky able to scoop it up. It's now 3rd and 25 at the 27 as we have 1:42 to go in this one. Hickory will go to 7-1 overall, 3-1 in the league. And rooting for a Titusville win at Sharon next week to force what would be a 3-way tie for the league title. Titusville going to Sharon next week. And they another quarterback in, and now it's Marcus Myers in at quarterback. And with the new quarterback, a false start on Hickory. It's a 5-yard mark-off, and it's now 3rd and 30 at the 32. So Hickory tonight, a baker's dozen in terms of flags, 120 yards. Grove City, 10 penalties, 70 yards.
Yeah. There was
White in at quarterback.
After that is actually Jack White in at quarterback, and he will run along the white stripe on the near sideline.
Yeah, he took
out of bounds the 21-yard line.
Took a 7 Nation Army to get him down.
Well, that might be a bit of an exaggeration. It took a couple of guys, but I was
trying. Yeah.
Yeah, you did well. You did well. I took the easy one from you. Showing a rare acuity for music made after 1987 was I. So it's 4th down and 19 at the 21. Could be the final play of the game. White will get the snap, rolling left, and he is popped at the 20-yard line. Zach Matheson over there to bring him down. Also in for Grove City is Ryan Failer, senior lineman.
Yep. Yeah, Matheson was definitely not saying you and I are definitely going to be friends. Sorry, last one.
Well, you had to squeeze it in. This time's winding down, so good job, Chris. Hickory will go to 7-1. The teams start to line up for the post-game handshake. The Hickory Hornets on homecoming.
They're good.
Come away with a final, or they'll come away with a win. The final 69-6. Back with the post-game. And the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show on Sports Radio 96.7.
Agriculture is more than a business. It's a way of life. My bank understands agriculture. They're local. They're here for the long haul. Agriculture is a business that varies like the weather. That's why I need a financial partner I can grow with, in good times and bad, weather or not.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
Are you or a loved one looking for a senior living residence offering independent living and personal care? Then the Hermitage at St. Paul's Senior Living Community in Greenville is right for you. The Hermitage offers private apartments that provide the comforts of home with as little or as much personal care as you need. St. Paul's makes it easy to feel at home. Call 724-588-7610 or visit stpauls1867.org today for more information or to schedule a tour.
The Fifth Quarter Show is brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance. Insurance solutions to help you accomplish your goals. And now, proud sponsors of the Player of the Game.
Back here one final time at Hickory High School. Hickory defeats Grove City 69-6. Ryan Briggs and Chris Burtch with you tonight here on Sports Radio 96.7. Art Shannon back in the studio producing our game, and Bryce Carroll on the video camera tonight as Hickory gets the victory 69-6. We gave you the scoring recap a couple of moments ago as the game was winding down. The team and individual numbers for Hickory: 339 rushing yards, 155 passing yards, 494 yards on 50 plays. Hickory 18 first downs tonight. For Grove City, the Eagles 3 rushing yards, 7 passing yards. Grove City 10 yards on 36 plays. Grove City 1 first down tonight. For Hickory, Xander Tellez 5 of 7, 103 yards, 4 touchdowns. Ty Tarosky 2 of 5 for 6 yards. And Christian Dungy 4 of 5 for 46 yards. Kelvin Morrison 11 carries, 169 yards, 4 touchdowns. Tellez 4 carries, 70 yards. Brody Bishop 7 carries, 45 yards and a score. Jamal Calhoun ran 3 times for 37 yards. Tarosky 3 carries for 13 yards. Jaden Phillips 2 catches, 55 yards. Both went for touchdowns. Sebastian Bromley 2 catches for 29 and a score. Marzer Garlock, he had 2 catches for 14 yards. Bobby Maynor a 16-yard catch. And then also Tyler Wilcox, Kelvin Morrison, Cavante Miller, and Whitehead all with catches. And Spencer Lee caught a lateral on a hook and lateral. He scored on a 7-yard passing play. So no catches, but a touchdown for Spencer Lee. On the Grove City side, Lucas McCready 0 of 6 passing. Charlie Miller went 1 of 1. It was a 7-yard completion to Tanner Mung. Carl Bubenheim 11 catches for 15 yards, or 11 carries, 15 yards to lead the way. Other numbers of note: Grove City 10 penalties, 70 yards. Hickory 13 penalties, 120 yards. Only 1 turnover tonight. That was Christian Dungy's interception for Hickory, as the Hornets get the victory tonight by a final score of 69-6. Hickory will be at Slippery Rock in the regular season finale next week. Grove City on the road again, going up to Linesville to take on Conneaut. It is time now for our post-game awards. And our post-game awards we're going to start off with the lock, stock, and barrel play of the game. And certainly from a Hickory standpoint, a lot from which to choose. But tonight we'll go with a fun play, if you will. It came in the latter part of the first quarter, 1:35 to go. Xander Tellez threw a screen pass to Sebastian Bromley, and he lateraled it, not to a running back, not to a receiver, not back to Tellez, but to starting offensive tackle Spencer Lee, who took it into the end zone from 7 yards out. And that is the lock, stock, and barrel play of the game, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel of Sharpsville. So congratulations to Xander Tellez, Sebastian Bromley, and Spencer Lee. Tic-tac-toe, that is the lock, stock, and barrel play of the game. And now for the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game Award, brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance. Again, certainly no shortage of candidates tonight on the Hickory side. But tonight we go with the guy that reached the end zone not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. Kelvin Morrison, 11 carries, 169 yards in 1 half of action. 4 touchdowns for him, also caught a 12-yard pass. And Kelvin Morrison is the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game. Like all of our players of the game, Kelvin Morrison will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of 2J's to be Screen Printing and Gifts, located on East State Street in Hermitage. Money will also be placed into a scholarship fund in the name of Kelvin Morrison. At the end of the academic year, we will recognize one local student athlete as the Reinhardt's Insurance Student Athlete Scholarship recipient. Once again, tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance, is sophomore running back of the Hickory Hornets, Kelvin Morrison. 169 yards, 4 touchdowns on 11 carries tonight. And he goes over the 1,000-yard mark for the season as well. So the first area back to reach the 1,000-yard mark here in 2024. With that, we will call it a night here from Hickory High School. I want to thank Terry Chernisky and the great crew here at Hickory, Mike Joanno supervising the press box. We appreciate him. Thanks to Corey J. Corbin for helping us with some of the Grove City numbers tonight. Appreciate all the help. There were a lot of guys out there for the Eagles. We appreciate that. Our videographer tonight on Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook, Bryce Carroll, doing a great job. Also doing a great job, as always, the People's Champ, Art Shannon, back in the studio producing our game on Sports Radio 96.7. Special thanks to Bob Greenberg, our sports director and sales manager. He and Mark Slazak have the Farrell-Sharpsville game. Coming up next, it will be the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show. Aaron Biro, Darren Steele, and the aforementioned Art Shannon. They'll be with you until 11 o'clock tonight, recapping tonight's games and taking your phone calls at 724-981-7900. For all those people and my partner, Chris Burtch, this is Ryan Briggs saying good night from Hickory. It's a happy homecoming for the Hornets. Hickory 69, Grove City 6. And you heard it here on Sports Radio 96.7. Have a great night and a great weekend, everybody.
Has been brought to you by Bill McCandless Ford in Mercer and Meadville. The Reinhardt's Agency. It's not the insurance they sell, it's the service that makes them better. Mancino's Driving School, where safe driving is started. Attached to our team at Confluence Financial Partners, honoring our past, expanding our future. Two firms united to serve you. Visit us at confluencefp.com. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs since 1973. Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958. St. Paul's in Greenville, a senior living community. Grove City Area Federal Credit Union, banking, but better. Attorney Bill Motor. Excellence, experience, and integrity. Mercer County State Bank, community-minded since 1911. Herman's Water, when taste matters. Vay's Pub and Grill, make it special, make it Vay's. Hermitage Rotary Club, if you're struggling with prescription opioids, there is hope. Baylor Insurance, trusted for generations. Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail for all of your printing, marketing, and mailing needs. DK Auto LLC in Grove City, specializing in Southern vehicles up to $15,000. The Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City is the area's only stay-in-your-car quick lube. We're locally owned and nationally known. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy. The Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Please thank this great group of sponsors for supporting all of our high school sports broadcasts all season long. Don't go anywhere. It's time for the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show. Right here on the Cumulus Sports Network.
Since 1920, the Shenandoah